points and 9 assists in the win. Spurs return to action tomorrow. They welcome in the Denver Nuggets. Baltimore Ravens have backed out of their trade for the Pro Bowl pass rusher Maxx Crosby, citing he did not pass his physical. And they've signed another player.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Hump Day!
Hump Day!
All right, it is a great Hump Day. And by the way,
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
that other player they've signed, some dude named Trey Hendrickson. That's
that
where
what
they
it
went.
was?
That's where it is. That's what it was. It's like doing that, and I'm going,
Draw a blank.
It wasn't computing.
I really thought that player to be named later finally landed a job.
Exactly. It was. I feel sorry for that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, he
man.
thought he was going to play with Max, and now he's not.
No kidding.
What a bizarre, and why did they wait until every show in the country was off the air for them
No
to drop
kidding.
that news?
I get home, and I'm just about to settle in for the Spurs game, right? And I see this, I'm going, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Is that crazy?
I know it.
It's even after my show.
I mean, you get home, and it's like, holy crap, and texted Q Myers in Las Vegas, and he was like, yeah, it was after my show, too. Son of a, right? I mean, like, are you kidding? If you're going to drop a bomb like that, you do it in the middle of the day where everybody can react to it.
Exactly right.
Huh.
And they didn't do that.
Yeah, morning shows get first reaction. That never happens.
I know. I've got a lot of thoughts on it. Minix does as well. We were talking about this in the pregame stretch of what we do here at the radio station. So we're going to talk a lot about this. It's just one of the craziest things. It has happened before, but it just doesn't happen very often. And that's the thing. I'm Joe Reinagle, by the way. That is Jason Minix, and we're happy to have you along on this Hump Day.
Absolutely. And if you want to figure out what the hell went wrong, many ways. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Twitter, at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. If you're watching on YouTube, you can always comment there. Make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel.
And like it.
Absolutely. Well, of course you're going to like it.
Yeah, gotta like it.
Why do you only get a like option, not a love option? Because we know you would love it.
I don't know that, but
great question.
just a little thumbs up, okay? Not the other one.
Well, see, and that's it. If you're going to go with a thumbs up and a thumbs down, I mean, in reality, wouldn't it be a thumbs up and a birds up, if you will, if you're only going to use fingers? You either like it or you don't.
Well,
I would imagine a lot of people would use that middle finger emoji for stuff that gets said on this program.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, if we give our listeners and viewers a choice like that, whether they like the show or not, they're going to give us the finger.
Well, of course. I mean, we should have a double birds option. Why not? I'm thinking about my initial reaction for the Maxx Crosby thing, failed physical. And I call total BS on that. Who in their right mind in the Ravens organization thought that a man 2 months after surgery could pass a physical?
Nobody should know that.
I mean, I'm thinking about, I mean, as badly hurt as Kawhi was when the Spurs dealt him, he shouldn't have passed a physical. Hell, if a trade was going to be nixed because of a failed physical, how is Luka in Los Angeles, right? I mean, you make a trade for a guy who's coming off of surgery, you know that guy is not going to pass his physical.
Well, he can't play right now, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be ready for training camp in the season. I mean, that's what's so bizarre about this.
Meniscus.
Well, exactly. To me, the Ravens were either getting criticized by their fan base or they looked at each other and go, wait a minute, we just gave up 2 first-round picks for this dude. We can get that Trey Hendrickson guy and just sign him to a deal.
Trey's cheaper, and we keep our picks.
Exactly.
Oh, but Trey thought he was going to go play with Max.
That'd be a hell of a bookend, by the way.
And then you throw in, apparently, Dr. Cooper, The Cowboys doctor, who does consult with a lot of other teams while he is the Cowboys team physician, he apparently consulted with the Ravens and was part of that going, man, I don't like how that image looks. Which, because immediately are the Cowboys back in the mix? Does Jerry up his offer? Does Jerry lower the offer? Are the Cowboys still in the mix? Well, I got to believe if the Cowboys team doctor helped the Ravens decide to back out of a deal, he can't then say, gotcha, Jerry. Yeah, you know what I mean? And according to Jane Slater, until the trade is finalized, your trainers and doctors aren't allowed to trade imaging. So the Ravens made that move before seeing any of the images. We know Maxx Crosby was in Baltimore yesterday for the physical. Hell, he posted video, pictures. So he's got to be pretty stunned by it. But man, that was bizarre is not a strong enough word about what happened.
Well, I find it funny because the guy that did the surgery on Crosby said the dude's looking good and he's progressing great.
I mean, is Picasso going to criticize his work?
I'm just saying, though, it's so subjective. And I know the Cowboys doctor is supposed to be the god of all doctors. But, I mean, it's one guy's opinion. And if you look at an image now, it's not going to look right. So is he saying the other doctor screwed this up and he did a horrible job in surgery when the other guy says he's progressing well? I mean, it's March, for goodness sake. The season doesn't begin until September.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're looking at that image and you're a doctor and you know what you're looking at, does it look right? Or are you seeing some other things that could cause problems down the stretch, especially for a guy getting later in his career? Does that knee injury look like, well, that could lead to more? Is that worthy of the investment that you're making?
So you're basically saying the surgeon did a piss-poor job. That's exactly what you're saying.
I'm saying Dr. Cooper, the best knee doctor on the planet, didn't do the job, and so he failed somebody's I don't know.
Exactly what happened.
I'm trying to be fair because we have no idea what those guys are looking at or what the real reason is. Buyer's remorse. Did we really give up 2 first-round picks?
See, I think that's what it is completely. I think the Ravens took a look around and said, oh, man, why did we do that? We gave up. His knee looks bad. Let's get some doctors in here to tell us how bad that knee looks right now, and we can back out of this trade. I think that's exactly what they did. And I know who was it? Tom Pelissaro, I guess, had an anonymous GM saying this is all BS and you don't do that and yada, yada, yada. And I find it really hard to believe that at this point in time, what are we talking about, 2 months after this surgery, that they can determine how this man's going to be 6 months from now.
The idea that he was still on crutches a week ago, what the true story is, whether it's a combination of a failed physical in which he's unable to pass anyway at this point, although doctors see the images, and again, apparently they don't get to see those while negotiating the trade. They see those after they're allowed to share the medical information. Once they had that, maybe there is something there, which could be a problem for the Raiders in a lot of ways in trying to ship them off to somebody else. But by all reports, their asking price has not changed. Is it one of those?
Which is ridiculous, by the way.
When you're now, I don't know what it's like to be a general manager, but I do know what it's like to be at some sort of gala. You're having some drinks and there's an auction going on, and you're trying to outbid somebody, and then you win, and you're going, "What the hell did I pay for that?"
Exactly right.
Is that what happened with the Bears and the Cowboys and all the other teams that were bidding? But they end up with Trey Hendrickson. So if you're the Ravens, you still have an elite edge rusher. I'm curious if Trey can pass his physical.
That's a good question.
I mean, he had off-season surgery too.
That's a really good question.
Now, the league year doesn't officially start till 3 o'clock when all things can be official. So while you have the agreement, and it is rare but does happen that teams can back out, players can change their mind up until 3 o'clock and they actually sign and it becomes official. That's the beauty of the legal tampering period and getting to the deadline that will happen today. But what's the domino effect for the Raiders? because they spent more money than anybody else on Monday, the first day of the legal tampering period. And I say spent more money, verbally agreed to a whole bunch of contracts. And now if they get Maxx Crosby back, well, that adds $30 million more to what they're. I wonder if that affects some of the deals that they agreed to.
Well, they claim it won't.
Well, sure.
They claim it won't, that everybody they've agreed to a deal with is going to stay, even if Crosby stays. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but let me tell you something. What the Raiders have done, if Mendoza works out at all, if he's the quarterback everybody thinks that he's going to be, this Raiders team's going to be pretty damn good this year. Especially if you've got Maxx Crosby back in the fold, that's going to be a team that is going to compete, and it's going to surprise a lot of folks.
You know, I'm seeing some of the comments on our YouTube. Like buying a house, but you back out at the last minute because you don't like somebody. And then Michael says he works in home construction, sees it all the time. Sucks, but it does happen. That's actually happened to me when I was selling a house. Dude bought a brand new truck before we got to closing and then no longer qualified.
Well, that's just a dumbass.
Well, again, but it happened, and then, you know, domino effect, although we ended up, it worked out, but it was a nightmare there for a while. But that dude at least lost his earnest money. What's the penalty for the Raiders or the Ravens for backing out of this trade?
I don't think there is anything
that's a problem
that the NFL can do because that's this legal tampering period. You reach agreements, but you can also legally back out of them. Apparently, it just doesn't happen a lot.
There should be some earnest money.
Well, there should be something. And again, I just think the Ravens got cold feet, and I think they just decided that they didn't want this guy, and they found a built-in excuse, and now they've got Hendrickson. And look, again, Hendrickson's been a great player.
Yeah.
But the money they paid him, and it's a pretty good amount of money, 4 years, $112 million.
Not bad.
For him, it's great. I don't know how good Trey Hendrickson's going to be. I don't know how he's going to recover.
Well, I think he'll be fine in year one, year two. It's at the end of the year, but
I think Maxx Crosby will be fine year one, year two. That's the thing.
I don't know. Math is difficult, but 4 years and how much?
112. I don't know what that is.
I haven't seen that.
It's less than $30 million a year.
Yeah,
so.
It was that 28, 20. Yeah, I mean, to me, Trey Hendrickson, who we thought was trying to get north of 30, didn't. He's still getting $100 million, though. But he didn't sign initially because the reports were he was looking for north of $30 million a year.
There were also reports that the Colts thought they had him until the Ravens job opened up, and then he decided to go there. So I don't know whether they offered him more money or just preferred going to Baltimore other than Indianapolis. Either way, it's a crazy, crazy thing that happened, but it has happened, and right now Maxx Crosby is, well, he's a Vegas Raider again. And Trey Hendrickson now is a Baltimore Raven. So Jamar Chase goes from, glad that happened to, what the?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to hear Jamar Chase again. That was funny. We're going to talk a lot free agency because the Cowboys have made some moves. RJ Ochoa is going to join us from Blogging the Boys here about 2:35 or so. But coming up next, Spurs fans, how you feeling today? Sincerely, again, the Spurs knock off one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference and looked pretty good doing it. And Wemby was on fire from the three-point stripe. Let's talk about it. We'll do that. We continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. You need your logo on a nice golf shirt, dress shirt, fishing shirt, you name it, Sam has it. All the big name brands, North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Under Armour, Port Authority, to name a few. Sam even now carries a full line of Tommy Bahama. Over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations are on display in his showroom right now waiting for your logo. So if you need caps, go see Sam. He's got all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike, Cap America, to name a few. If you need t-shirts screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need uniforms, he has over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Nobody has better prices. No order too big, no order too small. And Sammy's is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, or get into that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 right there across from McDonald's, or go to the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-924-7415. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-924-7415. 800-924-7415. 800-924-7415.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
When you see a Gravely mowing the grass, you're looking at over 100 years of ingenuity in action. You're seeing a rugged, durable machine professional lawn service companies have relied on for generations. Or maybe you see a homeowner who demands the best, cutting their own lawn like the pros. Whether mowing or on a trailer between jobs, when you see a Gravely, you're seeing greatness at work. Take your lawn mowing up a notch with a Gravely. See the full line at your local dealer.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Boy, what a crazy week it's been in sports in general. And then a very good week for one San Antonio Spurs team. They are just on fire right now. And Wemby last night, Jason, was just incredible from the three-point stripe. Unbelievable performance by the big fella.
Guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he's not bad.
And last night's game was a lot of fun. That felt like a playoff game. I don't know how excited I am because of Jaylen Brown getting tossed for no good reason early in the game. I think he had every right to be upset. I thought the refs were involved too much on both sides for that matter. But Jaylen Brown getting tossed, I don't know if that would have made a major difference in the Spurs winning or losing the way they were playing, because certainly Derek White, especially in the third quarter, man, played lights out. But I am a little tempered in my excitement level of what I saw last night because of the Jaylen Brown getting tossed out.
I thought it was huge, and it changed the momentum completely. If you'll recall, when he got ejected, I think Boston was up 4. I don't know. They were ahead at that time. Spurs ended up tying it at halftime. And then, yeah, if not for Derek White's effort in the third quarter, this would have been a blowout, and they'd have gotten beaten then. It wouldn't have come down to the fourth quarter because if you notice, Tatum didn't play much at all in that third quarter, and they're restricting his minutes, obviously. But you would have had Jaylen Brown in there during a lot of that time, too. I think it just changed the momentum completely. Now, I'm not saying the Spurs would have lost the game, but I just think it made a difference. I mean, obviously, when you take out a guy that's been playing as well as he's playing and been even mentioned as an MVP candidate in some circles, it affects a team. If you took Wemby off the team, off the floor, it would affect the Spurs.
And again, be thrilled with the win.
Absolutely.
Great win for San Antonio. But even Wemby said that wasn't a fully functional Boston Celtics team.
We were able to handle that, but also I don't lose sight of the fact that it wasn't their best team out there, and the conditions were a little special. So even though we won that game, we still need a good reminder. We still need to remind ourselves to not go away from our identity either, and to be able to impact the game also in what we want to do, not only what the defense gives us. But, we made shots, shot 43% from 3, so that was good. But we need to keep focused and know.
Dude, I even texted in the group text. It's a three-point shooting contest. There were 98 threes shot last night. 98 threes shot last night, combined by both teams. Boston made 19 of theirs. The Spurs made 20 of theirs. It was a three-point shooting contest the entire night. Both of those teams live at the three-point stripe.
Yeah, they do. But, and again, I look at the Spurs, they shot 42%. We've been talking about it. When they're north of 35, it's tough. Then you add in 27 assists on the 44 made field goals. You're getting there. And then you look at De'Aaron Fox. Dude has been an assist machine as of late, and more importantly, not turning the ball over.
What I see from him is great decision-making and, really being in peace with the basketball gods, not forcing things, doing the right play. Sometimes, even doing the pass, that's not necessarily the assist, but the pass that's going to lead to an extra pass. Bringing 2 defenders, so no, he's I didn't know that stat, but it's crazy.
It's not just that. What I've noticed about De'Aaron Fox lately is he's going aggressive to the basket. He's driving inside, and some of those assists come from that, and then some he gets to the basket and making. I know last night there were a couple of shots. I'm going, geez, that was incredible. How the hell did he make that? He's almost behind the backboard sometimes and manages to get the ball in the hoop. Love that guy. I loved the trade when they made it, and he's just gotten better and better and fitting into this team perfectly. But he was sensational last night, and obviously Wemby was too.
And obviously it's Boston, it's San Antonio, 2 legit title contenders, possible NBA preview. And I know as sports fans, for those great sports moments, you want to witness them. The whole I saw that. I remember where I was when this happened. I got to admit, though, I was mad as hell at NBC when in the middle of a tight game, they break away to show me Bam Adebayo scoring 83 points.
Well, I hated that, too. I'm looking at this going, what the hell's going on? And it was like, what was it, 4 or 6 point game at the time?
Like
and
you're breaking away now?
And I'm like, what the hell? Now, to NBC's credit, I'm there saying, well, we're about to see history. Going to pass Kobe. But who gives a damn? It was a 40-point game that they were playing in.
But it was history. But
I don't give a damn whether it was history or not.
I mean, but at the very least, couldn't they keep the Spurs score up? The little
Split
mini
screen.
box.
Yeah.
I mean, and look, 83 points. I'm going to remember that because they turned off the game that I really wanted to watch. But he was 36 of 43 from the free throw line. What the hell was going on in that game? He was 20 of 43 from the field. I love that they were feeding him. He was getting to the line. He had 2 40-point halves, right? I mean, and when you see, the guys on the desk, talking about how they've never seen something like that before, everybody's going to talk about it. I'm down with that. But, dude, the Spurs game was too good, in my mind, for them to turn it off. I imagine the rest of the country might have been okay with it. If you had Bam Adebayo's anything in, some sort of fantasy or you're underdog and you had the higher, you were thrilled. But get me back to the Celtics game. Watching a guy break the record shooting free throws is not entertaining.
I was yelling at the TV. I won't lie to you. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And so to me it was, I don't know. We see it on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Somebody called it disrespectful. I agree with that. I just think it was like, at least keep showing me the game. Don't completely go to the Miami game. I mean, give me a split screen. Give me something where I can at least choose here. And I know for NBC nationally, it was a big deal, I guess. But I mean,
it's a big deal. I get it. It's history. We haven't seen that before.
Yeah, but
I
can see highlights. Gives a damn.
But because you want to see it in the moment.
I don't want to see it in the moment.
As a sports fan, you do. If that was just,
I didn't.
If that was Oklahoma City and Denver, and they did that, you wouldn't have been mad.
No,
but
I would have
because
been
it was
mad.
our team.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I mean, I get it. I mean, you like to get mad at everything.
Well, I mean,
there is that.
It's not like the Spurs game was a blowout. It was close at the time when they did that. I'm like, what happened?
Well, between that and all the weather cut-ins, right? And I realize Channel 4, where were they telling us about hail in wherever they were? It ain't here.
A lot of Bandera in Kerrville, I think.
And I know that's in there. But isn't that what the little crawl across the bottom of the screen is for? Do I really need, Chris Suchan jumping in to tell me that it's going to rain, not at my house, but out there in the hill country?
Now, Jason, you're just being selfish, dude.
Well,
Come
I
on.
am.
You're being selfish.
Well,
now, those people in Comfort or wherever the hell this was were probably
thankful they were getting that.
Well, maybe.
If their power was still on.
Because I guarantee you, Bill Taylor was doing the same thing.
Yeah, Bill Taylor wasn't carrying the Spurs game.
And whoever the hell's on KSAT these days is doing the same thing.
Yeah, well, for the record, Bill Taylor, I think, is on vacation. It's spring break.
He is?
Yeah, it's spring break.
Yeah, no weather, Woody, for your Bill Taylor last night.
Well, it's happening. Just he's on a beach, so I don't know where he is, but I did see some lady that was filling in for him the other day because it's spring break. Whatever.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
But do they need to break in for that?
I guess they feel like they do.
Well, isn't that what the little alerts that crawl across the bottom of the screen are for?
Sure, but those get annoying too sometimes.
Well, but at least I can still see the game.
Well, exactly.
I mean,
they didn't miss any of the game.
Yeah, they were.
I didn't notice that.
They were coming back like, and I'll take this commercial break. And then I thought, man, that guy's really going to try to fill 3 minutes. Come back, and they were in the middle of a play.
So I didn't realize that. I guess the game was on FanDuel too, according to one of our viewers there on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. I don't know that. Mike Tirico's fantastic. I like watching Tirico. So no offense to Jacob Toby. I'm not saying that, but I mean, it was a nationally televised game.
We all have our personal preferences. When the Spurs are on national television, I like to watch the national TV broadcast to get a different perspective of the thoughts and opinions from that level on the Spurs, but also on the other team. There's a lot of times, and I have the ability to do this, where I'll watch the broadcast from another city. So, like the other night when they played Detroit, I watched the Detroit broadcast because I want to see what those guys are saying about our guys. It's a different perspective. But honestly, I didn't know that Toby and Sean were working last night because a lot of times when they're on national TV like that, they don't get the local broadcast feed.
That's exactly right. And so I didn't even try to do that because to watch FanDuel, I've got to go to the Magic Box and you got to change it all. I've still got, both ways to do that.
Yep.
And so I was on the NBC broadcast, and apparently we could have watched it on Peacock, and they wouldn't have had the weather break-ins either.
Yeah, it's part of it. Fred says, NBC announcers suck. They don't measure up to Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Sir Charles. And that is true for the studio set. You can't beat Mike Tirico.
No.
You just can't beat Mike Tirico.
Guy's the best.
Doing play-by-play.
I think Jacob Toby would probably agree with us on that. And no disrespect to him. He's doing a great job. But Mike Tirico's Mike Tirico. So it was an interesting night, to say the least, with the Crosby news coming out and the ejection by Brown and the Spurs winning and just all of it was the weather, and it was an interesting night, to say the least. My wife was at a bunco game, so I had the house to myself. And
the hell?
Yeah, so
she's not old enough for bunco.
I don't know what bunco is.
To be honest, I don't either. But I think they play that a lot at the retirement facilities.
Well, she's got a group of friends that play bunco once a month, and so I'm like, okay. And for me, I didn't care. I went home, I had dinner, and watched the game, and it was very peaceful. And scared the hell out of the dog a couple of times by jumping up and getting excited about stuff, but. It was good. It was a good time. Very good time. So, hey. All right, let's talk about the Cowboys moves and some of the rest of the stuff around the NFL. We'll get back to the Spurs, I promise you. A lot to talk about with the silver and black. But R.J. Ochoa, blogging the boys, he joins us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First of all, let me talk to you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. If you listen to the show, I love these folks. They're great people. Local company, and they've been in business since 1983. And when I say that, I really expect you to go, oh, wow, that's incredible. They've been in business that long. That's what I say. And it's like, well, they got to be doing something right. They got to be doing it better than everybody else. Stand behind their work. Do quality work. They've got customers that I couldn't even list in 2 or 3 weeks. It's incredible what Stevens Roofing is doing, and now they've added solar to what they do. So if you've been thinking about solar panels, there's no better company to call than Stevens Roofing and Solar. 210-785-0994. Tell them what you want to do, what you're thinking about. They'll help you put a plan together that will make sense to everyone. That's just what they do. Look, if you think you've got a problem with your roof, if the rain over the last several days has show you that you might have a leak in your roof or there's something that just doesn't look right, call Stevens Roofing and Solar. They'll send a team out to your house. They'll inspect your roof for free, and they'll let you know if everything's okay or if there's some things that need some work. You can trust these guys. Absolutely, you can. A lot of folks have, and they're very happy with them. 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Drew Brees here. Whether you're on the field or on the road, having the right team on your side makes all the difference. I learned that the hard way. On the field, you don't go anywhere without a solid O-line. And when your car breaks down, you want that same kind of protection. That's why I trust CarShield. Their protection plans help you tackle expensive repairs so that you're not blindsided.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water?
I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
The Valero Texas Open is a can't-miss event. Here's your chance to enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. You won't want to miss the unforgettable, unexpected, and winning moments at the Valero Texas Open. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. Buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 2nd through the 5th.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim B. and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Yeah, talking to the boss.
Always.
During the commercial breaks. We got something cool coming up tomorrow, though.
We do. We're getting everything lined up for our Ancira bracket for a cause. We're gonna fill in our bracket tomorrow on YouTube Live at 11 a.m. on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Random drawing. Right now, I believe there are 113 nonprofits that are gonna hopefully get on in the bracket. 64 of them.
Yep.
And one of them will win $50,000 from Ancira. One will win $10,000 donation from Ancira through the NCAA tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, very cool. So we'll fill out that bracket tomorrow. If you want to watch that, you can.
Yep.
We're going to stream it live on YouTube beginning at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So keep that in mind. And then when that's all done, that's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be out at the Mellow Mushroom in Stone Oak. They got one of the best happy hours in town. You can watch the conference tournament action. Great happy hour, great food specials, half off adult beverages, and you know Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. So make plans now to join us. The Blitz from 2 to 6 tomorrow out at the Mellow Mushroom, 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day.
Tomorrow's going to be a very fun day. Again, 11 a.m. YouTube Live with April Ancira and Jason Thompson. We're very randomly going to fill out this bracket. Tune in tomorrow, and you can see how random. And if you're a part of one of these nonprofits, we are doing that live on YouTube tomorrow, 11 a.m., as we get ready for the NCAA tournament. When RJ Ochoa is ready to go, we'll get the thumbs up and talk about the latest going-ons with the Dallas Cowboys, but apparently he's not ready yet. And obviously, we will get into it with R.J. Ochoa, the Maxx Crosby news, and what does it mean for the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I can't wait to talk to Jason Thompson about that tomorrow. He's a big Ravens fan.
Huge Ravens fan. I can't read you the text message that he sent me when that happened, but a lot of words that you can't use on.
Was he upset by it?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I mean, this morning, if you had Trey Hendrickson, I guess you kind of go from there. I think, like everybody, we all want to know what the rest of the story is. Let's talk about it with R.J. Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com, joining us here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. How bizarre, how random. Maxx Crosby now available. The question, throw in the Dr. Cooper aspect of this story. And are the Cowboys, in your mind, in the mix now for Maxx Crosby?
This was wild. It was crazy. It was fun. I feel like it had been a minute since we had something that we could all sink our teeth into like this. So shout out to the Ravens for giving us some content. Should the Cowboys be interested? Absolutely. Will they be? I mean, I think it depends what you believe. Like, do you believe the medical is that scary? Do you believe the medical is that subjective? Do you believe it is that subjectively scary? The Cowboys obviously have a clear understanding of that. The Cowboys have taken many a roll of the dice on players with injuries like this who Dr. Cooper vouched for. Jalen Smith comes to mind, right? Like, you can come up with a number of examples in recent history. Are they pivoting from that in some way, shape, or form? Sure, but they don't have serious draft capital. That remains an issue. And so if the price is suppressed down the road, I say you do it. But I also would be okay if they held conviction to the decisions they've made and move forward with Rashawn Gary and all the like.
Well, that sounds great, but I mean, Rashawn Gary is not Maxx Crosby. Let's be clear about that. And if you have an opportunity to get him, especially if the price comes down, I think you absolutely have to roll the dice on that. And I would love for Jerry to do that. Rashawn Gary, of all the picks that have been made, moves that have been made, that's probably one that the jury's way out for me because I'm just not sure if that solves your problem.
I don't think that that's unfair at all. I mean, that they've invited speculation as far as their pass rush is concerned with, the stupid games that they began playing. I mean, I was going to say a year ago, but you could trace it back even further than that. Does Rashawn Gary fix everything? No. Does Rashawn Gary and Maxx Crosby fix everything? Maybe. Does Sam Williams factor into that? No. Right? Like the reality is you still have several needs and only 2 picks in the top 100. And so you can only throw those stones at 2 specific places. And so that's why, yeah, I mean, if the price is right, but now the price has to be really right. I mean, now you do have the ability to be stern and be strict with what you're willing to pay. Yesterday's price is obviously come and gone. Baltimore, take that on behalf of the Cowboys and everybody in the NFL.
RJ Ochoa from logintheboys.com here on the Blitz. Keep in mind the Bears, too, had offered 2-1s according to reports, but the Raiders like the Ravens first-round pick better this year. Otherwise, he would have been in the NFC, and who knows if the Bears would have gotten cold feet on that deal. But according to reports, the Cowboys offered a 1, a 2, and an Osa Odigizua. Do you think that Osa is on his way out since the Cowboys have been unable to land a linebacker so far in free agency, which in 18 minutes the new league year officially begins? Could Osa be used in a trade to go get said linebacker?
Yeah, I don't think that that's impossible at all. I think it's important to understand what the last year and change has brought at defensive tackle. Osa is the longest in the tooth, right? He got his long-term deal right before they had to go the franchise tag route with him last year, which was cool. Then the stuff happened that brought in Kenny Clark, and then Quinnen Williams came at the deadline. Yesterday they signed, I'm sure you both have pronounced this correctly every time you said it.
Every time.
Otito Ogbonia. And so you suddenly do have a surplus. Now, this is a result of not having a long-term plan, which I despise in terms of how they're operating. But I do think that you're in a position where you can trade Osa. You can get something for him. And even if you can't get that linebacker, man, if you're telling me I can get a 2nd or 3rd round pick out of this, and all of a sudden I feel a lot better about heading into day 2 of the draft with a pick than without one, which is currently the case. So, yeah, I mean, I think you wish Osa well. You thank him for being a good soldier, which he has been. He's been an awesome player, and he might have won Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2021 had he not shared a draft class with Micah Parsons. And he was the most visible and vocal leader last year of the defense and was the man who carried Marshawn Nealon's flag and whatnot. He's done everything the right way, and I think it's just a matter of everything kind of points in the direction of the Cowboys needing to move on.
Yeah, I think so. He did get rewarded well financially, so he's going to be in pretty good shape. I will say this, RJ, the Jalen Thompson, it looks really good on paper. And I think this guy, of the moves that were made, or at least the announcement that were made on Monday, to me, that made some sense. That makes a difference to this Cowboys team if he comes in and performs like we all think he will.
Yeah, I mean, he is the biggest splash they've made in the free agency pool since Brandon Carr 14 years ago. I mean, it had been a very long time since they made a commitment like this, an early commitment, obviously, at the dawn of free agency. And you give, I tweeted this in the moment, but if you're going to hire a secondary guy, secondary guru to be your defensive coordinator, man, you better give him, you know, the shiniest possible toy that you can to work with and let him turn that guy into the leader of your group. It seems like that's what they're doing with Christian Parker. He's incredibly versatile. He's still really young. He's got a lot of leadership qualities, too, that kind of checks the Brian Schottenheimer box. I think everything about this move is really exciting. And I think, look, I'm not above admitting that I can be critical of this team. But, man, there are so many fires on the internet. I feel like I've, you know, trading places, you know, switched sides with people because you can't have multiple Jalen Thompsons. That's your big fish. That's your steak. You're looking for potatoes and asparagus and corn. Maybe, if you're lucky, a Caesar salad. But you already have the prime rib in Jalen Thompson.
RJ Ochoa, bloggingtheboys.com here on the Blitz. You think about the Cowboys very active on day one. Normally, you know, it's spring break time. Jerry's not around. They don't get active until, you know, the weekend or even in the next week. So, yeah, the Rashawn Gary trade, boom, the Jalen Thompson deal. I knew it was a big deal. I was excited about it. I saw Todd Archer use the term first, and I've seen you use it as well. You just said it, splash. First big splash move since 2012, maybe just because it's a lot of money and it's over 3 years. I don't know that he's that big. It's not like he had dinner on the 50-yard line like Brandon Carr did in the wooing prospect, but that tells you how long it's been since the Cowboys have brought in an outside free agent that Jalen Thompson gets splash signing headlines.
Yeah, I mean, let me be very clear here. Like, I know the bar is low, and I'm not defending, you know, the state of the bar and the context of how we got here. And like, if you want me to criticize the team, the how we got here is, you know, ripe with embarrassment and ignorance and toxicity and so many unnecessary trials and tribulations that were 100% self-induced. But you can only start turning around if you start turning around, right? Like they're not heading due south anymore. Now, I'm not here to tell you that I think they're heading north, but I mean they're no longer 180 degrees, you know, in the negative. Is kind of my point. And yes, it is a splash. Is it a Shamu size splash? No, it's maybe one of those otters that swims up to the shore and you get to kind of shake hands with and stuff. But relative to what has surrounded this organization, is a splash. I mean, like that's where people generally in a lot of facets in life can't hold that multiple things can be true. It can be true that this franchise has been pathetic and deserving of criticism, but that in this vacuum, they are impressing and clearing the very low, embarrassing that it is this low situation bar on the ground.
Here's where I will criticize, and look, I'm not the biggest Nakobe Dean fan. I'm really not. And the fact that he got away is really going to be okay if the Cowboys have a plan B, because we're not talking just about a linebacker, RJ. The Cowboys need a linebacker that's going to have that green dot on his helmet. And that's going to be more difficult to find the longer we go, unless the OSA, if you can find a trade partner and that works out. But that's concerning to me because right now the Cowboys don't have that guy.
I think the Nakobe thing is maybe the most concerning of all the misses or the non-hits so far, from the perspective of, you know, by all reports, all variables were equal, right? And it just came down to, oh, you know, some of his Georgia guys signed there. He wants to be around. Like, okay, well, once upon a time, like people love to say things like, oh, how the standard has fallen. Like, okay, you know, I think that's a little bit silly, but if all matters were equal and this man had the ability to choose to play for the Las Vegas Raiders, the Dallas Cowboys, and that it was even a contest in his mind, let alone the fact that the Cowboys lost, that's concerning. And that's where, you know, we can talk about and give them their lollipops and their cupcakes and cookies because they're no longer heading 180 degrees due south. But the damage that you did, Cowboys, by being this way for a decade and a half, I mean, it provided decay. It provided rot. I mean, it changed your perception and your image across the NFL to where now, you know, you can't bring some dude to have dinner on the 50-yard line and have it, you know, be something that he is awed by and in complete and total mesmerization of. You're just another famous team with a contract offer that is very similar. Who cares if you don't have state income tax? Who cares if Post Malone will wear his jersey in concerts? You're no longer that team.
Well, I don't know. Post Malone wearing your jersey, that might be attractive. I don't know.
Well, if your guy Jelly Roll is going to be there, then maybe it's a little bit different.
Maybe so.
Jelly wears Tennessee Titans gear.
Yeah, he does.
Whoever's paying him at the time. RJ, speaking of a guy wearing a lot of jerseys, Sam Howell will make his is now signed with his third NFC East team. He's been with Washington. He's been with Philly. Been with Seattle. Been with Minnesota. Now with the Dallas Cowboys. That signing to me, of all the ones that they did, all right, Will Greer's still there, right? Joe Milton is supposed to be the backup, or is now that Sam Howell? That signing either tells me that Joe Milton, they know after 1 year, ain't the guy, which could be a problem, or they, for some reason, really like Sam Howell. Maybe him and Christian Parker were good friends while in Philly. Why did they sign another quarterback?
Well, so first of all, we're in an era where you pretty much carry three quarterbacks, right? Like there was the era where
Joe Milton and Will Greer. Yeah, they had.
Well,
him.
I mean, Will Greer, even though he's got a golf event with Dak coming up in a couple of weeks, may be the odd man out. And I think that you don't want to live in any kind of sunk cost fallacy because you traded for Joe Milton a year ago, whatever. Like, I mean, Sam Howell's the dude with the most NFL experience of the backups now, right? Like, and you can certainly convince me that if Dak were to be gone for 10 games, that maybe Milton makes the most sense because you want some guy in there that's a lottery ticket with this crazy potential. But you can certainly also convince me that if Dak has to miss a singular game, that Sam Howell has the highest floor, kind of like Cooper Rush the very first time in 2021 when Dak missed that game in Minnesota. So I think the money's cheap, it's nothing, and you need three quarterbacks. And who knows, maybe Dak isn't going to be all that active in off-season activities. You bring somebody in to be another arm. I think Will Greer, again, cool dude, awesome story, college football legend certainly, but I think that right now the top three quarterbacks in the Cowboys roster are Dak, Joe Milton, and now Sam Howell.
I'd almost say, like, if I were putting together a depth chart today, Sam Howell would be QB2. He seems to be the most game-ready backup quarterback of the three.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, when he was first sent to Seattle from Washington, really liked that and really found there to be a lot of value there. Plus, I mean, now you've got three quarterbacks who each have a three-letter first name. Dak, Joe, Sam. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, how many quarterback rooms in the NFL, also a three-letter acronym, can say that?
I think Sam Howell can thank Drake May because he made North Carolina football, something again. And with Sam Howell coming there, maybe he resurrects his career in Dallas.
What about Mitchell Trubisky? Man, the disrespect. He was a Tar Heel legend before all of them.
Well, he's run his course. I don't know.
And now that you say that, I wonder if Sam played with – I think he did play with Javonte Williams in Chapel Hill. Now that you said that, I hadn't connected those dots. So maybe that's what it was too. Javonte got the brand new deal, and one of the incentives he hit was to get a friend in the building as well.
I think it was a good move, even though it's a move that they don't have to pay for. But yeah, I like the fact that Sam Howell at least has some NFL experience in games that matter. So I think it was a good move. Yeah.
You don't say that often. I'm glad to hear you turning a new leaf, Joe. Good for you.
I do because, there's lots to criticize. The Jonathan Mingo signing, that's fantastic.
He's back on a one-year deal.
I jumped up and down with that. Tyrus Wheat, whoo, let's go.
I'll say this. Look, I think you both would back me on this. I am not a water carrier. I am not a homer. I am not somebody who will just spread flowers and balloons on behalf of these jokers. I've said some things that I'm sure they wouldn't be proud of, but I do think that and again, this is a result of who they've been and the reputation, the tarnish, the decay, the rot that we talked about a little while ago. And they do not have the benefit of the doubt. I want to be very clear here. So I think anyone who's extending even a slight one is being very gracious. But the last 2 years have been so willfully ignorant and so willfully dumb and broken that, yes, the fact you're just conscious right now is serious improvement, but they are taking steps forward, and that's commendable in my mind.
While you're throwing flowers at the feet of one Jerry Jones, R.J. Ochoa, give the man some credit for that Javonte Williams signing since we brought him up, because, man, after seeing what Rico got, Javonte Williams should be pissed off at his agent.
Well, I mean, not only Rico, but you could certainly argue what Kenneth Walker got, although he's a Super Bowl MVP.
Super Bowl MVP. I'm looking at Rico. I'm looking at comps.
Well, what about Travis Etienne? I mean, all due respect. I mean, and now the Saints Moore has 2 running backs making more money than Javonte. And look, I have absolutely given them all their flowers for the Javonte deal. And we gave them the flowers the moment they signed it. Free agency has only corroborated that idea. That being said, if I want to turn it around and be negative, hey, look what getting ahead on market does for you. Look how instantly you look smart and how we'll give you flowers. So if you would do this at every single position with all of your players, you could feel this cool all the time. That's the negative spin on it.
Wow. I like that. I'm sure Jerry would like to feel cool for a change.
In the eyes of one RJ Ochoa.
Stop it.
Make sure you follow him at RJ Ochoa. Read him at bloggingtheboys.com. Watch him on all the gazillion platforms that he's a part of. RJ, enjoy the rest of your week. We're 5 minutes away from it officially being New Year's.
You guys enjoy Survivor tonight. I know you're pumped about it.
Savannah's done. I'm not watching that anymore.
I actually believe every word that you just said. So
I didn't watch it before, but I did see on the socials that she got booted early. The Survivor 49 winner didn't last long on Survivor 50, but financially she's okay.
At least she's got a trophy.
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine. That's right.
Got a trophy and a check.
And a check.
Have fun, RJ. We'll see you. RJ Ochoa on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
You know, Minix, this kind of reminds me of you. Have you ever been to Sharky's or wherever?
It reminds me of me.
And not paid for your lap dances?
I only ordered one. If she stood there for 15 songs, that's not my problem.
Well, apparently that's not this dude's problem either in Florida. We'll talk about, tell you what we're talking about when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We are less than a week away from the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. In fact, 1 week from today, we're all probably going to be hurting a little bit because, well, you had a really good Tuesday night because St. Patrick's Day this year is next Tuesday, and plan now to be at the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Their St. Patty's Day parties are legendary. This year is going to be bigger and better than ever. That green beer starts flowing at 11 a.m. The band Finding Friday is going to be taking the stage at 6 o'clock. They'll play till 9. They'll have DJs before and after the band in both the Rue Pub and the Angry Elephant. Blitz is going to be live there sober from 2 to 6. 6:01 might be another story, or at least the start to enjoying said green beer. And you know the Rue Pub. It's a Wednesday night tonight. Get in there. It's steak night there at the Rue Pub. That great 12-ounce ribeye, your potato, your salad for $19.95. You can't beat that deal. You know the food at the Rue is incredible. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place for St. Patrick's Day next Tuesday. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price in-store or online at Ancira.com.
People. They're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for
for cries and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Join NAW Northwest Automotive Warehouse, the San Antonio Gunslingers, and Real Truck for a pre-game tailgate party Saturday, March 28th. Bring the family and meet the team ahead of their March 29th season opener with free food, games, and prizes. Plan your tailgating and seasonal adventures with Real Truck products like Undercover Ultraflex, Retracts, and other outdoor must-haves. Join the NAW Gunslingers and Real Truck for a free family event Saturday, March 28th at Northwest Automotive Warehouse on Culebra Road. Online at nawtruckaccessories.com.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the NFL new league year is upon us, and already a move has been made. The Arizona Cardinals have officially released quarterback Kyler Murray. San Antonio Spurs are simply on fire. They beat the Boston Celtics 126-116 last night. Wemby, 39 points, 11 boards. Spurs now welcome in the Denver Nuggets to town inside the Frost Bank Center tomorrow night.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Hump day!
Guess
what day it is?
Happy hump day, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on the Blitz 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. That's Jason Minix, and all we've got to say is Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. New league year.
Yep.
Do we have any music to play? We had anything good? A little celebration? We're going to have it today? We're going to have it tomorrow. We're going to have it right now. He's Googling. He's searching. He's like, that's a great idea, Jim.
Yes, it is. Kyler Murray officially released. Kirk Cousins officially released.
You know, it's interesting that they wait till the deadline to put it in. Do you think the GM, I don't know how they do it, standing over the fax machine and hit send at 2:59:30?
Absolutely. There's a button they push or something.
They schedule send the email.
Absolutely.
Couldn't get a 7th-round pick for this bum? Damn it.
This is so sweet. The Cardinals have already sent out a memo. It says, with today's start of the new league year and transactions now official, we want to thank Kyler for everything he has done for this organization over the last 7 years. We're extremely grateful for his contributions both on the field and off, and we wish him nothing but the best moving forward.
Do you think they popped champagne when they sent that?
Dude, they wrote this 3 days ago.
Are you kidding?
Or maybe 6 months ago. Oh, my goodness.
Pop the champagne.
Boom.
Kyler Murray is done.
He's out.
But where does he end up?
Well, that's a good question. Very good question. Interesting enough that I just got a tweet saying the Raiders are interested in Kirk Cousins as maybe a backup or a quarterback there just to help the young fella, Fernando Mendoza.
That's a great idea, Jim.
Not bad.
I would say that Fernando Mendoza needs to go somewhere where he can learn for a year.
Yep.
Don't get thrown straight to the wolves.
And if you got a Kirk Cousins, that works.
Well, I mean, he at least going there, he would know he's the bridge guy. But what we've learned about Kirk Cousins is while he does look like he's not that fierce competitor type, looks like he should be doing your taxes, all shucks kind of guy.
Yeah.
That dude's a vicious competitor. He was madder than hell when Atlanta drafted a quarterback because he went there to be a starter. The question is, mentally, does he still view himself as a long-term starter for an organization and not a bridge quarterback? Because if he goes to the Raiders, he knows it would only be a matter of time before he's in a backup role. And I don't know that Kirk Cousins, I mean, and remember, all that was happening while they were doing one of those Hard Knocks deals. And as open and honest as he was about it, in the middle of getting a Great Clips haircut, you could just tell that dude was angry as hell. And the amount of money that he has made, and his entire career has been that way. All right, you're at Washington, and guess what? They got RG3. Now you got to compete. Then you get to Minnesota. He didn't want to compete for the job. He wanted the job. Otherwise, he might have stayed there. It is interesting to see him linked to the Raiders and wonder, is he at the point in his career where he knows that's his lot in life now when it comes to being an NFL quarterback? You know, it's kind of like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers isn't going anywhere to compete, anywhere where he's going to hold the clipboard. He's going in as the day one starter. Now, if he stays the day one starter, who knows? Like Russell Wilson went to New York to be the starter. He couldn't keep his job, but it was his job to lose. Kirk Cousins goes to the Raiders, and it's just a matter of time before he's a backup. I don't know that Kirk Cousins would accept that role.
Well, if he doesn't, he's going to go to TV. I mean, who's going to hire him as a starting quarterback at this point in time?
Well, that's, I mean, and you're right, because, you know, that's where I thought Miami might have been a interesting spot for him, although financially Kirk Cousins is going to demand a lot. There are places where
nobody's going to pay that guy a lot of money.
Yeah, well, we've said that everywhere he's gone, and yet all he does is break the bank.
He's actually been cut, much like Kyler and Tua, so he's going to be able to sign for the league minimum while still getting his money.
Well, there you go. It's interesting you say that. Tom Pelissaro says the Cardinals owe Kyler Murray $36.8 million, fully guaranteed this season, and the Vikings plan to make a push for Kyler Murray.
See, Kyler in Minnesota, honestly, you just look at it, you think with Kevin O'Connell, with their wide receivers, they're run with that offense. Bye-bye J.J. McCarthy, because that could be Kyler's job for years.
Well, don't you think? You know, I'm not saying I'm right 100% of the time, maybe 99% of the time, but when they drafted J.J. McCarthy, I'm like, why? Why? That seemed like the dumbest draft pick in the history of dumb draft picks.
Yeah.
Just because the guy, he never threw a pass at Michigan. He handed the ball off.
He can hand off like a son of a...
He can.
Yeah.
But, you know, unfortunately in the NFL, you kind of have to throw the football occasionally.
You got a wide receiver named Justin Jefferson. You can't hand him the ball.
And look, if Kyler Murray comes there, I mean, Kyler Murray's he's not an old man by any stretch of the imagination. If he wins that job, it's going to be his job until the Vikings say otherwise, and J.J. McCarthy's going to be out.
It's and again, the way these rookie contracts are set up, while it's an expensive mistake, it's not like it used to be. You can take your chance on one of these guys in the first round, and if they don't work out, they move on. I see Tim on our YouTube say, what about the Saints? I think the Saints feel like they've got their guy.
Yeah, I think so. Tyler Shuck.
It took him a while, starting as a rookie, but I think they feel like they've got their guy. Kellen Moore seems happy with him, and
he played well.
Look at the offense they're building around him. You know, you've got Etienne now. You still have Alvin Kamara. You've got some receivers. The Saints, I mean,
they got a pretty good defense too.
They might be a player right away. I mean, and granted, you look at the NFC South. It only takes 8 or 9 wins to win that thing every year.
That's very true.
You look at it, I mean, Carolina spent a lot of money. They were playing good football last year. Atlanta, they could figure out their quarterback situation, whether it's Tua, whether it's Penix, but you got Bijan, you got Pitts, you got receivers. Tampa Bay, I mean, you add in New Orleans in the mix, but I think New Orleans feels like they have their guy.
I think they do too. The guy played well last year. Shuck, and I think he won the job. I think they're going to go with him, and he's their future, at least for now. So, yeah, I don't think New Orleans is in the market for a starting quarterback. Maybe a quality backup, but certainly not a starting quarterback. Look, if Cousins ends up in Arizona and Kyler Murray in Minnesota, then everybody should be happy.
Going to be interesting. More NFL news coming up right now, though. Let's do the Headline Blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novo Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
Some things you kind of feel like don't need to be said. But if you go anywhere and you see a warning label, it's because somebody didn't use common sense and a warning label had to be created.
Mm-hmm.
Or you hear about somebody that went to jail, like a guy, Florida, who was at a strip club, went into the private room to get a lap dance. Apparently they're $40 each.
$40 now. Boy, inflation.
Well, maybe that's for the private room.
Maybe.
Are they still 20? Are they now 40? I don't know.
It used to be 20 many moons ago.
It's been a while. Somebody let us know in the YouTube comments what is the going rate for a lap dance. This guy got 15 in a row.
15 in a row.
15 lap dances in a row.
He thought she was in love.
Absolutely. Now, I'm curious. I mean, most of those songs are about 3 minutes each, so you could do the math on that for how long she was dancing, grinding on this guy. The idea, now, sometimes, strip club DJ, if he doesn't like a dancer, he might throw on a 4 or 5 minute song, but for the most part, they're about 3 minutes long. Edited down for 3 minutes for that very reason. Well, when this guy was done, when the session was over, I should say, he didn't want to pay. He offered her $50.
$50 when he owed $650. He wanted to pay $50. So they swiftly called the cops, and
he got arrested. Cops say he seemed to be intoxicated.
Well, I'm sure he was. The question, did he pay for the drinks?
They didn't say that.
Because, back in the day when I used to go to strip clubs, the dancers would order those drinks that were like, I don't know, $25.
Yeah, just put it on my tab, darling.
Well,
yeah,
that was assumed.
Yeah,
there was no choice. It was just done. And so this guy, come on, dude. If you're gonna go and she's dancing, you got to tell her to stop if you want her to stop.
No means no,
right?
I mean, I don't. What was he thinking?
Well, I don't know, Jason. I mean, I can remember getting a nice new credit card that had about $1,000 limit on it back in the day when I was a young punk. Went to a strip club with that, and by the time I left, it was maxed.
So did they cut you off when it maxed out?
Yes. Are you kidding? I thought she was in love. I thought I'm going to marry.
Here's my future ex-wife.
I'm going to marry this girl. Just look at the way she dances. She loves me.
How long did that last? You said at the end of the night, but like
I don't know, 3-4 hours, maybe 3 hours. I don't know.
You made that $1,000 last.
Well, of course. Back then, dances were only $20. So do the math.
He was in the champagne room for about 28 minutes.
I'm just saying. And so that's the way that goes. That's a vivid memory. But I paid my tab. I didn't get arrested.
So I'm curious though, how'd they know that you had maxed out?
Well, I don't know.
Do they run it every time?
I have no clue. That's a good question.
Or is it like, when you go in and you say, hey, I need $30 on pump 8 over there at the gas station, and it shuts off at pump 8. Did they run your max level and figure out what you could actually do?
I'm trying to think. Remember, this was 25 years ago, man.
It was only 25. You were in TV at the time. You were making TV money, so don't tell me you had.
Well, no, I wasn't making TV money back then, dude, okay? Let me just explain that to you. When I first started at Ken's TV, I made more at this radio station than I made doing TV over there.
That's what people don't understand. Early people in TV, I mean, hell, Pledge used to work at Target, came over here for a pay cut.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the media business when you get started.
When I first started over there, I was not making a lot of money. Now that changed over the years, but I mean, at that time it was.
But still, you were in TV. Here's my car.
Yeah, sure.
I got a new car. It's got $1,000 on it. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, I thought I was rich.
Yeah, let's have some fun. You still paying that thing off?
No, actually, it's kind of like a student loan, right? Goes off for 20 years.
You got educated that night.
I sure did.
She's not in love.
I learned that strippers are good con artists.
Mm-hmm.
They con you out of your money. Legally.
So, speaking of ladies and dancing, a mother, she was drunk. She got arrested. There's all kinds of things going on here. She flipped her daughter off.
12 years old, by the way.
And then left her alone.
At a bar. How does that happen? I think you take 12-year-olds into bars.
Well, it depends on the bar, right? Because if it's a restaurant bar, right? Or, for example, I don't want to say like a Chili's or something like that because that's a restaurant bar, but like the Rue Pub. Rue Pub is all ages until 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
At 9 o'clock, the kids have to leave, right? So maybe she was at a place like that. She got drunk, told the kid to F off and left.
Yes, and
Mom
left
got
her
arrested.
there. Yeah. Chris, she wanted to go dancing. Which is crazy. Question for you: are you a big fan of espresso martinis?
I had one the other night.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
I like them every now and then. I'm not a big connoisseur of those things, but Buffalo Wild Wings is going to start selling martinis, espresso ones, flavored like wings.
What?
Yeah. It's apparently there's a day coming up that is an espresso martini day or martini day or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo Wild Wings drops wing flavored protein espresso martini.
Gross.
Who the hell would want that?
Gross. Actually, you know what? Our friend Gillespie, she'd probably have one of those.
You think so?
I mean, she lives on the wild side.
Speaking of our friend Gillespie.
Research
department
extraordinaire.
Yes, and I've got every price of I guess strip clubs here in San Antonio.
Do you think she just Googled this, or she just had this on her phone ready to go just in case?
I'm gonna guess she had it on her phone.
She's got this ready to go. She's got a file for everything. What does a strip club, a private dance, a lap dance cost in San Antonio?
Well, it depends. Now, some of these I've never heard of. Paradise Gentlemen's Club. Have you ever heard of that place?
No, but it's $30 a song.
Yeah, but it's $40 to get in.
What?
According to this.
Now, Tiffany's. Is Tiffany still around?
I guess. That's the 19th hole, isn't it?
20. But they do $5 and $10 lap dance specials and $5 dances on Tuesdays and Thursdays until 7 p.m. I guess that's the lunchtime crowd.
Scarlett's Cabaret. I've never heard of that place either.
Well, it's upscale.
Well, apparently you can get VIP table packages starting at $265.
But there, it's $30 a song.
Well, see, that's reason. That's not huge inflation.
I don't know. The Palace is $20.
Right, and so they've kept their prices the same for over 30 years.
But here's what you need to know: tipping etiquette. It is common practice to tip $5 to $10 on top of the dance price if you enjoyed the performance.
Well, what are you gonna say, honey? That dance just wasn't up to snuff. No, I'm not gonna tip.
Here's
you.
Your 20.
Yeah,
move on.
No tip today.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Gillespie. Appreciate that very much.
No tip today, huh?
No tip today.
No tip for you. That could mean all kinds of things.
Just the tip, honey.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. And if you request Metallica, they charge you more.
I'm sure they do. What's
longer songs?
What's the Stairway to Heaven?
Stairway to Heaven. Well, I remember when I worked at KZEP back in the day. If anybody showed up at the studio in the middle of the night, you'd put on Aqualung.
Aqualung.
It's 28 minutes long. Now, you would also play that if you had to go sit down for a while, or because their studio was downtown off of 9th Street. If you needed to go get breakfast at the pig stand, you'd put on Aqualung, call in your order, and they'd have it ready for you.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff.
No, we're getting a lot of inside info here on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page on exactly what is the criteria. Sugars is that Sharkies?
Yes.
Same thing?
Yes.
$5 to enter on Mondays.
All right.
$5 cover on Mondays. I'm sure the talent on a Monday is
you get what you pay for is what you're saying, huh?
Exactly right. No offense, ladies, if you work on Monday.
Oh, yeah. How do you not take offense to that?
No offense.
Come on, Ryan Egel.
Well, I mean, if they're working on Monday, they probably know. You're
going to go with your butterface joke?
I haven't quite made it to the weekend yet. What is the big time strip clubs? Thursday night? Friday night? Is there a ladies' night? I mean, there's all kinds of questions.
A day that ends in Y. Good Lord.
Dude, I swear I want to walk into this place down the street on Perrin Bottom.
Want to go after work?
No, I just have to see.
One day next week, we can stop in after work.
It's show research, right?
Yes. Well, back when a guy named Mark Landis used to work here, and when KTFM 94.1 was Energy 94.1, Mark would always say, hey, let's go do research on females 18 to 34, which was always cue for we're going to have lunch on the corporate credit card at the strip club.
$5 steak.
Absolutely. It was a great lunch.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
Oh, strip club talk. Right here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports
Hey, it's all about educating the public.
Well, of course, it's what we're here for, without a doubt.
Yep.
The new NFL League year has begun. As of about 21 minutes ago, we popped the champagne and blew the horns. The horns, I said. And there's been some moves made since. We'll talk about it when we continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Jen, I didn't know you shopped here. Hey, I'm hunting for something fresh for spring. Oh, girl, skip them all. Jewelry Television has the best spring looks right now.
JTV, way ahead of you. Just hit up JTV.com yesterday, scored the cutest clover earrings, 2 tennis bracelets, and this gorgeous pearl ring.
Right now, new customers get $20 off any purchase of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Oh, and gold hoops and this turquoise bracelet.
Just a couple things, huh?
Maybe more than a couple.
Love college basketball? Gear up for another exciting season of college ball with a special offer from BetMGM. Sign into your BetMGM account and enjoy a college basketball odds boost token to snag even more winnings on your next bet. Just log into the BetMGM Sportsbook app, add any college basketball bet to your bet slip, and activate your odds boost token. If you win your bet with your token activated, you'll score extra winnings. It's that simple. Log in and enjoy our odds boost token to help you create another memorable season of college ball. Head for the net with BetMGM all season long. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. Must be 21 years of age or older. This promotional offer not available in D.C., Mississippi, New York, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Total.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
I'm AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6. Your early morning wake-up call on 94.1 San Antonio's.
Oh, happy Wednesday. It has been a good Wednesday. First day of the new NFL league year. Happy New Year, everybody. Glad you're here with us. I'm Joe. He's Jason, and this is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Lots happening.
Lots happening, of course. The biggest news happened last night after the show, after Pledge's show, and that was the Ravens backing out of their trade for Maxx Crosby. So far, though, there hasn't been too many dominoes that have fallen. In other words, the Ravens turn around, they reach an agreement with Trey Hendrickson. That should become official here pretty soon. All the deals that we've heard about the last 2 days, you're going to start seeing officially done now that the new league year has started and they can actually sign contracts. You know, those contracts the Texans did with a couple of dudes the other day that were bounced by the league because they weren't on time, those will get done today.
Yeah, they had to get redone and resubmitted. Or just submit them this time.
And the Raiders say that all the deals that they did on Monday, now that they have a Maxx Crosby back, all those deals, none of them have to get undone or reworked. They have the money to do all of that, which is kind of incredible. Diana Rossini is also reporting, while teams are still making calls on Maxx Crosby, the plan is for him now to stay and play for the Las Vegas Raiders, which I find interesting.
I tell you what, depending on what they do, and if they end up with a Kirk Cousins, that team's going to be substantially improved with the moves that they have made. And if they get Maxx Crosby back, that's going to be a team to watch for this year. I know they play in a very difficult division, but they've made some good moves this year. And it's going to be tough.
Well, and again, now it's going to be interesting to see what kind of moves the Cowboys end up making. And do they trade Osa Odigizua? And it feels like the Cowboys are going to try to move on from Osa. When you look at one, if they do trade him, the dead cap money is not going to be a lot. But at the same time, they need to find a linebacker. And They were unsuccessful in the first 2 days of free agency of getting some of the linebackers that were linked to them. Nakobe Dean being the biggest one, but I was lukewarm on that one anyway just because of his injury history.
Yeah.
The dude from Jacksonville that ended up signing with Carolina would have been a good fit, Lloyd. But at the same time, can they make a trade? Kind of like Rashawn Gary. They got the edge rusher, maybe not that they wanted, since apparently they were interested in Trey Hendrickson and in on the Maxx Crosby. They got a Rashawn Gary, but they made the move, and they did that by way of trade. I wonder if they do that now with linebacker ahead of the draft.
Well, I hope so, because they got to do something. I mean, that's a huge hole right now that they've got to fill. Is the captain of the defense, the quarterback of the defense, if you will. So that can't just be anybody, and I certainly can't imagine that being some rookie that they draft. So they have to be making some moves. And again, as we've talked about it, even if Osa is a trade to get the remaining money, whatever it is, out of there and get a second, third, maybe both. I mean, that benefits the Cowboys tremendously, even if they don't get another player out of the deal.
Well, and again, I think there'll be some moves to get them a day 2 pick. But trying to figure out what those moves are, because this Cowboy team is operating differently than they have in the past. And I'm not necessarily sold on the Raiders saying, yeah, we're going to keep Maxx now because we love him. And to a degree, they said all along they didn't want to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
He was madder than hell that they shut him down for the last 2 weeks of the regular season. He had to have surgery, had the surgery, and then he failed the physical. Now, I don't know what team in their right mind, Baltimore, would make a trade for a guy coming off of surgery and expect him to pass his physical at this point. You knew you were trading for a guy who was less than 2 months away from having surgery and was on crutches about a week ago. He wasn't going to pass his physical no matter what.
With any team.
With any team. He's not. And, it seems like a pretty good excuse to back out of something. So it'd be very interesting if the real story ever comes out as to why. But Maxx Crosby was in Baltimore yesterday. He posted photos in Baltimore and took his physical, and then they got cold feet all of a sudden. So either there was something else in there beyond that knee. You can speculate all kinds of things, or, maybe he walked in that building and was like, dude, this doesn't feel like home. They didn't like the way he chewed his breath smell. I don't know. I mean, it was.
He seems like one of those guys, right?
It was just kind of bizarre, wasn't it?
It was. Look, he went out. I don't know if it was last night or the night before, whenever this trade was announced, and actually said he still considers himself a Raider for life.
Yeah.
And he hoped that before his career ended, he could go back to the Raiders and retire as a Raider. So I'm not sure he wanted to leave either, but I guess they figured, it's he didn't have a choice. He didn't have a no-trade clause, so they traded him away, and then that backfired. So it wouldn't surprise me if he stays and just stays in place for the Raiders throughout his contract.
I to a degree, I see where you're going with that, but the way the Raiders made the announcement, a social post, the Ravens have backed out of our deal.
Yeah.
Son of a, right?
Well, they thought they had 2 first-round draft picks.
Well, but again, I mean, all the work that they have done, and now the Ravens back out. Maxx Crosby didn't make a post yesterday saying Raider for life. We were able to undo this. It almost feels like the Raiders and Maxx Crosby were blindsided by said news. And while he's still on the clock, the reports last night and early this morning that the Raiders' asking price was not changing for Maxx Crosby. Now, if they called the Bears back and say, you want it now? If they called the Cowboys back, the Cowboys, now granted, all those moves that were done over the last 2 days could have been undone until now. And I say until now they can be officially signed. To this point, the Cowboys just posted on social media a few minutes ago, welcome to Dallas, Rashawn Gary, and a nice photo of Rashawn at the Star signing some papers. Looks very posed. He's holding the pen upside down. No, I'm kidding. But I mean, that move is official now. They've made it social media official. There's ink there, so they can't undo that one now. But up until then, I guess they could have undone the trade with Green Bay if they were going to add a Maxx Crosby. I just think that ship has sailed unless the asking price from the Raiders changes dramatically.
Well, look, it's just kind of an unwritten rule. All the stories that I've read today, all the pushback against the Ravens today is this is just something you don't do. You make a deal with a team, you honor it.
Yep.
Now, again, depending on Maxx Crosby, I don't know how in the world the Ravens or any other team would have thought that he's going to pass a physical. The guy's still walking around on crutches. What it looks like, now the doctors, if they saw something that didn't look right and it won't heal properly, that's a different thing. But I haven't heard that because, look, the Ravens haven't said anything. The Ravens haven't put out a statement at all on Maxx Crosby. They haven't said a word about this guy. So we don't know what they were thinking or what they're going to do. I truly believe, I think they got cold feet. So we gave up 2 first-round draft picks, man. We could really use those. We can go get that other guy from Cincinnati, Hendrickson, and we don't have to give up any draft capital. Let's back out of this deal and go that route instead.
Well, and if you believe reports, and then which one, there were reports that Trey Hendrickson in his talks with the Ravens was playing alongside Maxx Crosby. They were going to sign them both. Could you imagine that defense?
No, I couldn't.
I mean, they redid Lamar's deal today, freed up $40 million.
Yeah, I know it. They got a lot of money. They're still going to extend, I'm sure, work a new contract with Lamar. That will come. But, yeah, $40 million today with the reworking of his contract. So the money's there. I'm not sure exactly what game the Ravens are playing, to be totally honest with you. But what in my mind, until something comes out that changes my mind, they just they're not playing ball right when it comes to this.
As Paul Harvey famously said, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the story.
You ain't kidding.
Because it's going to be fascinating with whatever is said from the Raiders and whatever is said from the Ravens on how this thing fell apart. And then you kind of figure the truth is going to be somewhere in between because the Ravens are going to have their spin. The Raiders are going to have their spin. And the truth is going to be somewhere in the middle.
I want to know if Trey Hendrickson passes his physical.
How can he?
I don't know how he can at this point in time. And so that's the problem. But I want to see. I mean, I haven't seen anything official that he has signed his deal. The numbers are out and what they've offered him, apparently. 4 years, $112 million. But I haven't seen anything that says he's official. Ed Werder just tweeted out, and you mentioned this earlier, that Rashawn Gary is official with the Dallas Cowboys. So a lot going on. We'll get more into that. We got Spurs business to talk about as well. Lots happening on this hump day, on this New Year's Day in the NFL, here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Did you see the weather outside today?
Beautiful.
It is absolutely fantastic. And it looks like, according to my handy-dandy weather app here, that, it's going to be that way for a little while. Dust off the clubs, dust all the cobwebs off, get things ready, and head out to the Golf Club of Texas. Can you imagine how beautiful that golf course looks right now after all the rain we've had? It is fantastic, not to mention the fact that they just do a little extra something because they know San Antonio Sports Star is going to be out there on March the 30th. I jest. But they do. They keep that thing in great shape year-round. It is a fantastic golf course. I love it. And it looks like a country club. It certainly does. But it's open to the public 7 days a week. Their staff out there is outstanding. And, look, when you go out there, make plans to have lunch or dinner or both. The Tin Cup Bar and Grill is absolutely fantastic. They've got some of the best food anywhere in town. And they've got a full bar. I love this place. Their bar is just, it's huge. And they've got any kind of cocktail that you want. They can whip that up for you. They've got an enormous selection of ice-cold beer out there as well, whether that's in draft or bottles and cans. And they've got it all there. And, in fact, you load up a cooler, vet tip, take it out with you on the golf course and enjoy the Golf Club of Texas. It is an absolutely fantastic place. And you know exactly where it is. It's right there off Briggs Ranch Road off Highway 90. Whether you're headed out there for dinner at the Tin Cup or around with your buddies, how about your next tournament like us? Go check them out. Best rates always online at golfclubtexas.com. That's golfclubtexas.com. The Golf Club of Texas is the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, Spurs taking on the Nuggets. Are they ready for the Joker? The league year began. Where did Maxx Crosby land? Did the Cowboys surprise us with any new free agents? And oh my goodness, it's tourney time. Are you ready for some hoops? We are. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hey golfers, you could win a set of custom golf clubs from Flight by Yingling. Imagine hitting the course with a set of custom clubs valued at $2,800 with a cold flight, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Enter now at yingling.com/golf. No purchase necessary, must be 21 or older. Flight by Yingling, presenting sponsor of the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament on Monday, March 30th. Flight by Yingling. Enjoy responsibly. DJ Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour. Saturday, March 21st, Alamo Dome. With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early, at localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
You recognize this song?
You don't?
Talking about drinking screwdrivers, that's kind of me.
It's a foreigner coming to the Majestic Theater.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Well, you think everybody's foreigner.
That's not Foreigner.
It's not Foreigner. You are
No,
correct.
I am correct on that. I know better than that.
Yeah.
I know who Foreigner is.
Do you now?
But they are coming to the Majestic Theater on October 13th. We're going to have some tickets to give away here at some point in time in this fine broadcast.
Kind of an urgent announcement, if you will. To stick around to win some Foreigner tickets.
Absolutely.
Huh? Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to go to that show. I'm looking forward to that. Sitting up there in one of those balcony things. So when I look down at everybody and wave.
Is that where you're going to – did you call John yet to get your tickets?
You know, I haven't, but I have to call them. I just want to see what they call – if they're outrageous, I'm not going to
They're not going to be outrageous.
But, you know.
Dude, at this point, just spend the money for the experience.
Well, dude.
That's what it's about.
My experience is going to a casino and spending a lot of money.
Yeah?
Not concerts.
Okay.
See, that's your thing.
Sure.
So,
but you're the one that wants to sit up there and be able to wave down at the people.
Well, I do.
What was it? Man, I'm drawing a blank. Not cartoon characters, but the hell show am I thinking of?
Sesame. No, yeah, one with the two Muppet guys up there.
The Muppets, yeah. You want to be that grumpy ass guy.
I do.
Which is fitting for you.
I want to be that guy.
I mean, you have a server and you're close to a bathroom.
Yes, a server for sure. Because I can get to a bathroom at the Majestic.
But there's a line down there with the common people. You want to be up there.
I do. I want my own.
You want your own little balcony.
So I'll call John and ask, see what he's got. I just want to know what they are. I bet I could probably look it up here, but
I mean, why would you do your own work? You can call somebody.
Well, I can call John and he can do the work.
Well, that's what he does.
That's exactly what he does. So
if he's listening right now, maybe he'll just
that'd be awesome, John, if you would. One of the balcony seats for October 13th for Foreigner.
I know.
At the Majestic.
Help me get some great seats for a show in Atlanta in a couple of weeks.
Where, Magic City?
Well, I am going to go see Magic City at this point. I have got to do a little show research. See, that way I can write the trip off on my taxes.
I didn't know John sold tickets to Magic City.
John can sell you a ticket to anything.
I'm sure he can.
The Magic City will be on my own time, but the concert that I'm going to go to, got my tickets from John.
Magic City has to be. And that's the whole point of this thing. And you know, and if people were trying to hurt Magic City by canceling this promotion with the Atlanta Hawks, they failed miserably.
Yep.
Because they got so much damn promotion out of this thing.
Oh, they're fine.
Free publicity.
Yeah. Earned media.
That I guarantee anybody goes to Atlanta says, I got to go see Magic City.
Dude, I'm going to go.
You have to.
I haven't told my wife yet, but we're going to go.
She'll be just going to have wings.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes wings.
Of course she does.
I mean, she's the one that, back in the day went to Hooters for the wings. Not those. It's Buffalo Wild Wings that's doing the espresso martini wings.
Yeah, no, and not
it just sounds awful.
So I'm gonna check with John. I just think it'd be cool to sit up there. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes.
The hell?
That's how I know there's a server in a bathroom there.
So is it as cool as it seems?
Yes.
All right.
For you?
All right. That way I can stand up, too, and
you're not worried about
anybody.
people.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is perfect for you.
I think so.
Because now when I'm at a concert, now granted, as a tall 5'7" dude, I'm always, not always, but it sucks when you're behind somebody that's 6'4", right?
Yes. Yes.
But also I want to be in the mix and, the energy of the crowd. And you kind of lose some of that up there. But you can also look down and, see, now, at the Majestic, it's going to be a different story. Like I don't want to be on the Florida Metallica show anymore. I'm way too old for that.
Yes.
But it is fun to look down and see what's going on down there. Kind of miss being down there, but being glad that you're not in the snake pit.
No, absolutely.
At a Metallica show.
Yeah, I wouldn't want, or any show for that matter.
Well, I mean, again, you're old and you don't like people, and you need a bathroom nearby with no line.
I love people, and that's not true.
You love people,
but I don't want to be shoulder to shoulder and cramped. You know, I mean, it's like, get off me. We did that. Remember the Jelly Roll Shabuzi thing we went to in New Orleans?
Yeah.
And there was people, they were all over the place. It was only like guys like Dak Prescott that had the schwanky seats upstairs.
Exactly, and you were jealous. You want to be like Dak.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Pledge with the question of the day. Since when does Joe like people?
I love people.
You do when they're not around you.
No, I love them. And people know that.
Do they?
Of course.
Do they?
Yes. They know that. Hey, I talked to a lot of people yesterday out at San Pedro Driving Range.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Great time. Talked to a lot of people.
We sure did.
And you know what I love? What's fun about doing events like that? Like we met this kid, and I say kid. He's a baseball player at Incarnate Word. He has one hell of a swing.
He does.
I mean, Joe was very impressed with his swing. And then
golf swing, yes.
Yeah, golf swing.
And I'm sure he has a great baseball swing, too.
But, you know, baseball players, golfers, but, you know, he walked over and talked about how much he likes listening to Rob and AJ in the morning and us in the afternoon. And college kid.
Yeah.
Right? Because, you know, people that listen to talk radio are old. That's not true. You know, that dude with the Giants hat.
Fun guy.
Yeah, fun guy, young guy. He's from New York.
Yeah.
What did he say? He was from the Queens?
Queens, New York,
But he lives here now, but he's a Giants fan. His brother was there. He was like, yeah, I used to like the Giants, but I hate them now. See, his brother is smart. This one, not. But again, young guys, listen to the shows. Good times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good times.
We had a good time out there. It was a great place. That place, I mean, you could tell when people got off work.
Yeah.
And it kind of filled up. So after 5 o'clock, man, it was the driving range was packed. A lot of people out there working on the game.
Dude, when I was out there last Saturday, it was crazy packed. It's a fun place there, San Pedro Driving Range and along the Alamo City Golf Trail. Good stuff. And then, you know, met a couple of ladies that said, yeah, every time I get in his car, you guys are on. He comes home, and this is what you guys were talking about. She's like, I might as well listen.
Might as well.
You might as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody should listen. 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. You never know what the hell's going to come out of
Dude, you don't even listen 4 hours a day.
You're kidding. I do tune you out occasionally, Minix, yes.
You tune yourself out. Are you kidding? Oh, my goodness. You know, the Spurs game last night, incredible win for the San Antonio Spurs.
Really was.
But as excited I am, it was an impressive win. But with no Jaylen Brown, I think that does take some of the excitement off of it.
Of course it does.
Not that if he would have played the whole game, I think the Spurs would have lost that game. But it would have been nice to see Jaylen Brown, who got thrown out for no good reason at all. That was BS for him getting tossed out for that.
I totally agree with you. And look, he was upset because, look, Steph Castle got away with a little push. He did, and that's fine. I think Brown kind of acted a little bit too.
Well, sure.
But typically a guy in Brown's status would get that call. He didn't get that call, and he was a little pissed off about it. But it was not thrown out of the game pissed off until he got thrown out of the game.
Oh, and then that man got pissed.
Yeah.
Then he went right to social media.
Yeah, he did.
And I agree with him. Still a great win for the Spurs, but even Wemby said, hard to gauge because that wasn't a true test.
We were able to handle that, but also I don't lose sight of the fact that it wasn't their best team out there, and the conditions were a little special. So even though we won that game, we still need a good reminder. We still need to remind ourselves to not go away from our identity either, and to be able to impact the game also in what we want to do, not only what the defense gives us. But, we made shots, shot 43% from three, so that was good, but we need to keep focus and know.
98 three-point shots were taken in that game last night. 98.
That's a lot.
3-point shots.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Are you kidding me? And I texted out to the group last night. I said, this is like a 3-point shooting contest. I mean, it was incredible. Both of these, look, Boston's known for that, and obviously San Antonio is as well. But both teams were jacking up threes. The difference last night, and somebody, I'm sure he's had a better night than that, but from the 3-point stripe, that might have been one of Wemby's best games.
No doubt. And one of the things, people on the YouTube commenting about the calls going, but I thought the refs were a little much in that game, but it was a very physical game. I mean, Wemby got punched in the face early. He got hit in the nose. And that is something that Mitch Johnson said that was the ability in game, watching Wemby adjust his game to the way Boston was defending him.
Yeah, you got to go, and obviously he did a good job with his mechanics of being disciplined, and he's shown he can obviously get hot and make shots, and it really can put defenses in a tough place in terms of how they want to play, because if you take the gravity away from him, obviously it can open up the rest of the floor, and we did a good job at times, and especially as the game went on, I thought of trying to continue to play with pace and move the ball. You know, they protect the paint so well with bodies that if you don't move the ball, whether that's north-south, off misses or makes, or east-west, or when they show the crowd ball reversals and letting the ball touch side to side, they can really get you playing in mud. And I thought at times we did that early, and we got going there in the third quarter, and he was a recipient of that as well as a few others.
Look, watching that game last night, and obviously I don't watch a lot of Boston basketball, but watching that team, first of all, it's incredible that Tatum is back and playing as well as he is, although you can see his minutes are restricted. But that's a good defensive ball club. They play defense very well. And can I just say, every time I see Derek White, I have regret.
Mm-hmm.
That dude has turned into – he was not near the player he is today when he was here in San Antonio.
Sure.
But he's incredible. He kept Boston in that game in the third quarter.
Oh, it was incredible.
The only reason they had any chance at all was because of Derek White.
It was a fun game. And right, Derek White has turned into that guy. For a guy that didn't know that he'd be an NBA player, he has sure made a lot of money, but really turned into a reliable NBA player there for the Boston Celtics. And you could just see the love that he still has for Spurs staffers and stuff after the game.
Oh, yeah.
And just such a good dude. I don't want to say like I pretend to know him, but getting to know him a bit when he was here. Just a good dude. You're happy for guys like that. You wish they were still here, but at the same time, if he were still here, who wouldn't be? And would that be? Would this? I think ultimately the Spurs are better off when you look at what they have at guard play. But he's been incredible.
Well, he's incredible. What I love about him, he can score, and he's a hell of a defensive player as well. It kind of reminds you of a guy by the name of Steph Castle, maybe, that the Spurs have now, and maybe that's the player he'll turn into. But he's that guy. He can score, and he can play defensive well. Did I tell you the first apartment I lived in when I left home? Derek White lived there, too.
Yeah.
And we were neighbors.
You were neighbors.
Absolutely.
With Derek White.
He brought me cookies when I moved in. It was great. It was nice of him. You bought that for a minute, didn't you, Minix?
Well, I mean, I could see Derek White doing that. Didn't he go to a culinary school?
I have no idea.
He could have helped you meal prep.
I have no idea.
Because Lord knows, when you say you left home, this was after wife number 2.
Yes.
And you lost about 80 pounds because not that you could lose it, but everybody thought you were sick.
That wasn't because I was sad. Okay, it was because I was fat. And I wanted to lose some weight, and I did. And once it started coming off, it just kept going and going and going.
Uh-huh.
And used to get calls at the TV station. Is Joe okay?
Yeah.
You all right? He's sick? Do you have cancer?
Yeah.
I mean, I was getting all kinds that they would tell me. So yeah, it was interesting. But he did right down. I was on the second floor. He was down kind of on the first floor. Obviously, a much nicer apartment than I had. But yeah, I'd see him from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Derek. Yeah.
Walking the dogs, picking up poo.
So what happened?
With what?
The weight. You said you lost it all. It fell off. You were mad that you were getting fat.
Yeah, well, I looked better fat. I'm just going to tell you. So I've decided to get fat again. How about that? I didn't look good skinny.
It's true that you go to gyms 4 days a week, not the gym.
Not the gym. I still do that. And
GYMS.
But look, I eat what I want now. In that period of time, I was, chicken and rice.
Ugh.
Yeah, it got pretty bad, but it worked. That's for sure. It did. So anybody wants to know what I did, let me know. I'll give it to you for free. Yeah.
It was called a liquid diet.
There was
tequila,
some of that too.
Vodka, tequila, vodka.
Only on Sundays out by the pool.
Such a liar.
I didn't drink during the week during those days. Probably why I lost all that money, all that weight or money.
Yeah.
It was, fun times, but I don't want to do it again. We got a lot more to talk about. Obviously, the new league year in the NFL is upon us. We just talked some Spurs basketball. We'll do some more of that as well. And the NFL is exploring adding another day of games around the holidays. All of that, plus foreigner tickets. We got a lot to do in the next couple of hours. We'll do it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I love football, all kinds of football. Outdoor football, indoor football, football in March, April, May. I'm down with that. Just give me more football, and the San Antonio Gunslingers are doing just that. Their season gets underway soon. Their first home game coming up March 29th. That's a Sunday. 3 o'clock at Freeman Coliseum. They're taking on the Tulsa Oilers. And it's great to have football this time of year. It's fun, high-scoring, fast, thrilling. And you got a San Antonio team. The Gunslingers are starting year number 6 here in San Antonio. Professional indoor football, full contact, high-level athletes delivering nonstop excitement, big hits, crazy catches. I was talking with their head coach the other day about some of the guys that they have signed, guys that have been in the NFL that still want to play football. They still want to compete. Other guys that were in the NFL and, numbers games, they're still chasing that dream. But you got a bunch of players that love playing football, and they play it at a high level. And indoor football, it's family-friendly. It's fun right here in San Antonio. Perfect for all ages. Tickets are on sale now at SanAntonioGunslingers.com. You can get single-game tickets. You can get full season packages. And while you're at Freeman Coliseum, you can get seats up on the stands. But if you get one of those floor seats where you're right there on the wall, you could be in the action. Catch a football, you get to keep it. Catch a player that comes over the wall, you got to give them back. But you can be a part of the action. It is a ton of fun. Get your tickets now. Their first home game, Sunday, March 29th. Against the Tulsa Oilers. Get your tickets, SanAntonioGunslingers.com.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line, touchdown Vegas, what a wild finish!
Your home for the NFL.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez. The Texas Chancla has your back.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. Not, but wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the big news over the last 24 hours, the Baltimore Ravens backed out of their trade for Pro Bowl pass rusher Maxx Crosby, citing he didn't pass his physical. But they pivoted and reached an agreement with defensive end Trey Hendrickson, agreeing to a 4-year, $112 million deal. Now, Dallas was believed to be in on the Crosby talks until, well, the end initially, but they say they're not going to re-engage.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Hope you're having a good hump day out there, whatever you're doing, however you are doing it. Thanks for stopping by here and joining us on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And Minix, the Ravens are talking.
They are. We'll try to track down what Eric DaCosta is saying. Obviously, probably getting a lot of questions about why the Baltimore Ravens backed out of the Maxx Crosby trade, although they're trying to do more of a press conference saying, hey, look, we got Trey Hendrickson.
Exactly right.
Like that shell game.
That's what they're trying to do. And but obviously the questions about Crosby are going to be there. So once we figure it out or get some tweets and some sound, who knows? But we'll let you know what they're saying.
Absolutely, we will certainly do that. And I'm not sure if Rob knew this morning, but hey, congratulations to our good friend and teammate Rob Thompson.
Really? What happened?
Apparently 10 years ago today, he started at this here radio station.
Is that right?
Yeah, because he just shared a post on Facebook, his Facebook memory. 10 years ago, he started here. He said it has begun. Jumped behind the microphone, joining the team at ESPN San Antonio on the Blitz with Jason Minix and Dat Wynn. See, and here's the thing, and it's true, the way things certainly work. Rob was initially hired to be a third person on a three-man show with Dat and I, and then a couple weeks later, Dat got the Chick-fil-A call and bounced. And everybody thought that we knew Dat was leaving.
Yeah.
And no, that was not at all the case. It just kind of worked out that way. But man, time flies when you're having fun because it doesn't feel like 10 years. But I'm guessing that Rob didn't realize that this morning when he was on the air, since he just posted it on Facebook today. So tomorrow morning, make sure you congratulate Rob, because 10 years at any radio station, this coming from a guy that's been here 18, that's a hell of a run because it's very unusual. Well, very unusual.
It certainly is. And, yeah, in this media business, you never know how long you're going to be anywhere at any one point in time. So, yeah, congrats to Rob for 10 years here at the radio station. I we got to give Rob a lot of kudos and credit. He's the one that I guess initially hired me here because he was the program director at that time. So, I always appreciate Rob for that, for giving me a call. And I told him, no, I don't want to do that. And he kept calling. And so I appreciate it. Very happy with that decision, by the way.
Something about beers at the Rudder Room in Oxnard, California.
That was part of it, yes. That was a big part of
something
what
about
happened.
Joe standing out there on the football field, watching us leave to go to the bar, and he had to stand out there for another 3 hours to do a live shot, and he was like, this sucks.
I was talking to a couple of guys there at the San Pedro driving range last night, and they were asking me about Ken's TV and I said, and it was right at 6. And I said, well, I'm off work right now. About to have a cold flight by Yingling. And, at the TV station, loved the people there, loved all of that, but I wouldn't get home till midnight. And so it was like they went, oh, yeah. So, yeah, it works. And I got a lot more to say here than I was able to do there.
Something about having opinions.
Well, that. The one time I had an opinion, I got spanked.
In TV. Not the kind that you want.
Here, I mean,
it's encouraged.
Our listeners can, they can spank me if they want to, but they're wrong and I'm right. So that's typically the way that it works.
Is it?
It is, yes. I was wrong. You were right. They know it. They know it.
It's the beauty of it.
It is the beauty of it.
It is the beauty of it. Speaking of guys that used to be in television that aren't anymore, glad you reminded me of that because I almost forgot this. Our friend Matt Roy used to be at News 4.
Yeah.
He's got a corporate job now. And they were doing a deal, a little Q&A that he got to MC. So for him, and, Matt does some high school football and different things with us here at the radio station. And so, you kind of keep your toe in those waters, if you will.
Sure.
But he was emceeing this deal with Harrison Barnes at his new job. And he was telling me that Harrison Barnes has never eaten a breakfast taco.
Really?
And I was like, that could be show content if I remember. And he's like, so it won't make the show. So I'm glad you're talking about people that used to be in TV and why life is better, because Matt's life is far better now. But Harrison Barnes has never eaten a breakfast taco.
That's crazy.
How is that even possible?
What, he's been here now for 2 years? Never eaten one. Well, I mean, look, those guys got to stay in good shape, and so maybe he figures, they're too fattening. I don't know, dude. I can't imagine going, a week without a breakfast taco, much less never having one.
Well, exactly. No, you don't know what you're missing, but it does remind me. Pledge, was it Jonathan Joseph? We were doing a deal with the Houston Texans, and Jonathan Joseph said on the show that he's never eaten a steak. And that has just always stuck with me. Because I want to say we were doing something goofy about, hey, where's a good steakhouse in Houston? I don't know. I don't eat steak. And it's not like he's a vegetarian or whatever. He said when he was little, he saw somebody cutting a steak and he thought it was bloody, and he's never tried one. I'm like, well, how do you know you don't like it? He's like, I don't know that, but I've never eaten one, so I'm not. Why start now? I've made it this far in life. I'm like, dude, you don't know what you're missing out. But you would think high-level athlete, fancy dinners that they have to go to, that at some point steak was available.
I'm sure it was, but he got the rubber chicken instead.
He did, or fish, or whatever. But I just, and that's just always stuck with me with Jonathan Joseph, that he's never had a steak.
Well, I don't understand that, and that's a good a topic in a way. A steak, when you cut into it, and that's not blood.
It's not, but you don't know that until you know that.
But it's not blood.
It's not. The cow's dead.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I hope they did that before they cut him up into steak.
But when you're a kid and you cut into meat, you know it was mooing not long ago, and you see the red, you think it's blood. There are people that, will order steaks at a restaurant. I've heard this. From grown-ass adults. Well, I don't want it too overdone. I don't want shoe leather, but I don't want a bloody mess either.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, but if you don't know, you don't know.
Well, I suppose, look, I can't eat a well-done steak. I just can't do it. I'll go get a package of beef jerky. So medium rare is perfect, and if it the juices run out, then I don't care.
Well, I mean, typically you don't want the juices all over your plate. You want them, try to get them to stay in the steak as long as possible. But I agree with you. Then as you cut your steak, then you got a little juice there.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a way to do steak right.
Absolutely, but it depends. Some restaurants you go to, that happens. Maybe they don't let it sit long enough because they want to get you the hell out of there.
Yeah, no. That is really the hardest part when you're grilling your own steaks is letting it rest.
Yeah.
That truly is the hardest part. So like when we did the steak challenge at the house, Pledge was ready to go, and dude, you can't eat this yet. You
got to rest.
It's got to rest.
You let it get cold so y'all win.
We didn't figure outdoor temperature into the equation.
We rigged the game. That sounds like a rematch.
If you would have only missed by 6 or 8 ounces, I might give you that. But the fact is you missed by about 30 ounces, so it was nothing to do with the temperature of the steak. It was just your inability to devour a 72-ounce steak within an hour. And there were a lot of people there that were glad you couldn't finish because they got to eat the rest of that steak.
Yeah, right. I loved it.
He's one of them.
It was fantastic. Good. Yes. Well, again, that restaurant in, where is that, Lubbock or where the hell it is? They don't reheat. You eat it, Pledge. We followed the rules to a T, buddy.
Well, but we were outside and it was December.
Well, you don't think a steak gets cold inside?
Not when it's cold outside. I mean that probably had something to do with it. Fair. We didn't factor that in, but
nothing to do with it. I know we pissed your wife off because she was going to put that thing back on the fire, and we told her, no, you can't do that.
Well, because at that point, whatever's left, I knew everybody else was going to eat. And I didn't want it to get overcooked.
Well, no.
Because that was my reputation on the line at that point.
Well, I mean, and then Pledge would have used that as an excuse. Well, you cooked it too long. It was chewy.
Pledge would have microwaved it.
Was it chewy?
Oh, no,
because they recooked it again.
No, it was delicious.
I put it back on just for a couple minutes to heat it back up.
The part,
I know how I want my steak, and
the part I ate was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was hot.
Then that beef shank. Now, Pledge still had room for the beef shank, but it was about an hour later. And I have no idea if he went in the backyard and left a present on the other side of the house, because I never go over there.
What kind of present?
I don't know.
Who?
Kept everything down, the food and the drinks.
Ooh.
Well, he went over there and he pulled his drawers down and just squatted.
In the backyard?
Well, sure.
I mean, there's 3 toilets in the house.
Doesn't matter.
You're an animal, Joe. The only reason you're bringing that up is because you've done it.
I have not pooed in the yard.
It sounds like you have.
No, but I go around the corner.
You say pooed.
I go around the corner and pee all the time. That's the greenest grass in my yard. Are you kidding me?
Gets the clearest liquid.
It sure does. It is fantastic. I'm going to tell you that. We're going to have to do another steak challenge for Old Pledge at some point in time. I think it will be appropriate. When we come back, we'll discuss what's happening in the world of the NFL. Lots going on. Cowboys making some moves. Texans made some moves. We'll discuss it all. We continue right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1. Hey, let me tell you something. Novo Brewery. Love this place. It is one of the newest places. In fact, it is the new sports watching destination in San Antonio. And I'm going to tell you what, March Madness is coming up. We already got the conference tournaments underway. It is a great place to go and watch all the basketball action that is coming up. In fact, the Blitz is going to be out there a week from Friday when the tournament is underway. We're going to be out there, so we'll let you know more about that as we get a little bit closer. But, look, if you haven't been to this place, all I ask is that you go one time. Because if you do go one time, I can guarantee you will be back again and again and again. And I say that not just for the sports watching entertainment, and there's plenty of that. The food is unbelievably good. It is really, really good. I don't know what kind of seasoning they use or the cook, but it is outstanding. Anything from ribeye steaks, empanadas, they've got wings, they've got burgers. Their burgers are unbelievably fantastic. And they might have the best French fries I've ever had in my life. And I mean that sincerely. They are outstanding. And you need something to wash that down with. They've got 60 craft beers there that you can choose from, or you can choose from a ton of other beers that you've had. So they're all over the place. They've got hard kombucha on draft, which is fantastic, something that I had never tried before, but I have now. And they've got a full bar. So if you don't like any of what I just said, they've got a full bar. They can whip up any kind of cocktail that you can imagine. Novo Brewery. It's attached to North Star Mall, but don't let that fool you because you don't have to go through the mall to get there. And they certainly do not stay with the mall hours. They've got their own entrance, and they're open late. Make plans to head out there. I promise you, you will not be sorry. It is their very first location in Texas. And if you want to check them out before you head down there, easy way to do that. NovoBrew.com. That's N-O-V-O Brew.com.
The Valero Texas Open is a can't-miss event. Here's your chance to enjoy food, drinks, and the world's best PGA Tour pros as they tee it up at TPC San Antonio. You won't want to miss the unforgettable, unexpected, and winning moments at the Valero Texas Open. Proceeds help us continue a long-standing tradition of giving back to our community. Buy tickets on ValeroTexasOpen.com and join us April 2nd through the 5th.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
People. They're good. Good for laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good for squad goals and squad. People are good for you. Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, 2026 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms, solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney, an attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is here in the Alamo City. Lifted Trucks is on I-35 in Judson. Come see the baddest lifted trucks at the biggest St. Patrick's Day block party, March 17th at the Roof Hub, powered by the Gomez Law Firm.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, Spurs taking on the Nuggets. Are they ready for the Joker?
the league year began, where did Maxx Crosby land? Did the Cowboys surprise us with any new free agents? And oh my goodness, it's tourney time. Are you ready for some hoops? We are. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sing it, Joe. You know who this is?
I know who this is.
Do you?
Yeah. Come on, everybody knows who this is.
He has no idea.
Of course, dude. That voice is
that dude's.
No, it's none of it's you can't imitate that.
A lot of people imitate that.
No, they don't. That's Foreigner, everybody. You knew that already. And they're coming to San Antonio, to the Majestic Theater, October the 13th. And guess what? We're hooking you up. Listen all week because we've got tickets to give away to that fine show. Not only on the Blitz, but the fellas in the morning on the Morning Huddle as well. Foreigner at the Majestic Theater, October 13th. If you don't win your tickets, you can certainly buy them. It was this AEGworldwide.com. But you got a chance to win a pair of tickets right now on this fine broadcast right now. Caller number what, Minix?
14.
14. The number to call, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Caller number 14. You will get a pair of tickets to go see Foreigner on October the 13th. Good luck to you. Lots going on in the NFL. Minix, it's kind of slowed down a little bit, although we keep getting the announcements of contracts that are signed or agreements that are officially signed. Dallas Cowboys with Rashawn Gary. I find it interesting. They show video of him on DallasCowboys.com signing his deal, and then he signs a Dallas Cowboy football.
Cool.
And it's a promotion.
Well, no bleep.
So, who the hell wants a Rashawn Gary signed football?
Well, a lot of Cowboy fans that want all kinds of memorabilia. Joe, I don't know if you know this. But the memorabilia business is big.
Yeah, well, it is. It is.
So a lot of people might want a Rashawn Gary autograph. I mean, there are people like you see him at training camp. You see guys signing autographs that are going to get cut in a week, but those people don't care.
They don't know who the hell those guys are. Half of them.
I've got stuff signed from dudes when the Cowboys were here, and I look at it now, I don't know who they are.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. You win some from the Cowboys, you win some from the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are trying to get the word out. And if you retweet the deal, and so that's expanding their social reach. I mean, it's the name of the game: content and reach,
all right, I guess.
Engagement.
You know, this guy was a Green Bay Packer.
Yep.
He wore yellow pants.
He did,
as you like to say, and
well, it's true.
So now he's a good guy now.
Look, we root for laundry.
I got you.
It's the laundry rule.
But how long is he going to be wearing said laundry? Like if I go out and get a Rashawn Gary jersey to wear,
well, don't do that.
Well, exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't do that. I learned my lesson a long time ago. I only buy legend jerseys, right? I mean, there's a jersey hanging up here in our studio right now. It's that 94 DeMarcus Ware.
Poor guy had to leave to win a Super Bowl.
He did. He did. But get legend. If I'm going to wear a jersey, wear Troy Aikman. Wear Michael Irvin.
Sure.
Wear Roger.
Drew Pearson.
Randy White. I wouldn't buy a current player's jersey.
No, I wouldn't either.
Right? And no, I wouldn't wear a Dak Prescott. Nor do I own a Dak Prescott.
You don't think Dak Prescott is going to turn into a Cowboy legend? He's going to be in the Ring of Honor one day.
He very well might be, but I'm not going to buy a jersey until long. Well, I'm not going to buy a jersey anyway at this point in my life, but till long after. See, I used to get a bunch of jerseys from China.
Yes.
And they were like $20 each. And if you bought 5, you got free shipping.
And they're real.
And they're real. They're you put one of those next to one of the $300 jerseys, and you can't tell. But buy legend jerseys. That's my rule. But we also, because we root for laundry.
Well, so right? That's where I got my Vince Young Titans jersey. It's a throwback Houston Oiler.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure that he was a legend, but I was a big fan of Vince Young.
And again, but for me, you buy the Legends jerseys only because we root for laundry. And I've had this attitude about jerseys since the 90s. And kind of started with Deion Sanders and then a little bit of Charles Haley. You know, Deion Sanders wears a 49er jersey, you hate him. Puts on a Cowboy jersey, and you become a big fan. Right? And that's the way it is. That's why I was so bummed, even though he was a Cardinal for 3 minutes before he got hurt. But Emmitt Smith, I couldn't believe that guy put on another jersey.
I know it. It's hard to believe.
Can't support that while he's doing it. After he's retired, he can get the jersey again. That's why DeMarcus Ware is okay to have, because he's done playing. Although, and you know this because I think you were there, we were doing a deal with DeMarcus Ware at the Army-Navy game, and the stuff that they give you want DeMarcus Ware? Sure we do, and they give you this info, and it's like Super Bowl champ Denver Broncos. I'm like, dude, you're a Cowboy.
Yes.
You're a Cowboy. But he makes money as a Super Bowl champion.
Of course he does.
With the Denver Broncos.
He's got a ring.
But that's my rule on rooting for laundry, and it's not just NFL. You know, NBA is that way. Baseball is that way, especially baseball. I remember Lance Berkman, all the stuff we used to do with him when, you know, I was working at the Bromfield station when he was first getting into the big leagues, and then he bounced around and
went to the St. Louis Cardinals is what you're trying to say.
I can't say
you
those
can
words.
say that. Yes, you can.
But he had to leave Houston to go get a ring. And then he was a Yankee.
Well, that sucks.
It does.
That he was a Yankee.
It sucks that he was a Cardinal.
Well, he came to the Cardinals because he wanted to win.
No, because he still wanted to get paid.
Well, sure. But I was happy about it because I knew Lance Berkman back in the day, and so it was nice to see him come to a real baseball team.
A real baseball team?
A real baseball team, yes.
Wow.
A real one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal baseball.
What are you saying, Pledge? Pledge is writing us a note, War and Peace style up there. Just talk.
2 sentences. It's not even sentences. It's 2 lines.
Well, that's part of your writing. Is trying to figure out what the hell you actually are trying to say. You got gibberish up there.
Just saw a picture of me in that Creighton jersey the other day. I was like, damn, that was a good-looking
jersey. Look good, huh?
Yeah, Patrick Creighton.
All right.
Hey, again, not all jerseys have to be from legends.
Well, you put that jersey on, all of a sudden you can't catch.
This is the cut of the jersey.
Is that what it is?
Great cut.
Yeah.
It was a game-worn jersey that PC gave me one time.
That's
Those
awesome.
are awesome.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. Oh, he is a good dude.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Used to do a radio show with old Patrick Creighton back in the day.
How about that?
Yeah. Now he's selling insurance for farmers up in Dallas.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a bad gig.
No, it's a great gig.
Not a bad gig at all.
Kids are pretty good athletes, too. Go figure.
Memory lane. That's what we do here on the Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
The NFL, did you see this? They're considering adding a game the day before Thanksgiving.
On Wednesday night. You know, it's interesting because I don't know if you remember a guy by the name of Jeff Sheen. You ever remember that name? Jeff Sheen used to work at Ken's 5 a long time ago. And he just, I guess, does not like the NFL. And so as I was thinking about it, he sent out a tweet saying, in response to this particular NFL wanting to add that, saying, oh, there's so many other things to watch. And I said, dude, they're not adding games because there ain't nobody watching them. They're watching them is why they're adding games.
They're looking for more TV windows to capitalize on.
Well, I think this is interesting, too, and I'm a fan of it. It says that teams that play on that Wednesday night will be teams coming off a bye. So that's how they'll schedule it, and so you don't have to play Sunday and then turn right around and play again on Wednesday. It will be teams coming off a bye. So,
which I don't think they can do through the CBA. You got to play. You don't see a Monday night game and then those teams play on Thursday.
Yeah.
I think you've got to have 4 days minimum between games.
Well, and that's good. So it makes sense to me. But look, if they're exploring it, they're going to do it.
They're going to do it.
I mean, they'll do it because
Netflix.
People are watching.
Got a couple dollars for a game?
Without
Congratulations.
Without a doubt. And then, of course, 3 games on Thanksgiving Day, which is typical for the NFL. And now they've added another one on Black Friday. So the NFL is a monster, and they just keep on growing and becoming more of a monster.
Your Cardinals comments are getting reaction. The
is that right?
Says Berkman loved the Yankees, the real team, not those Redbirds.
He hated that, the Yankees. Can you imagine having to wear pinstripes? Jeez. I didn't even like suits with pinstripes.
I've known
You
Lance.
wore 'em in Houston.
Pinstripes?
Yes. Not the same.
About?
Those Astros uniforms that had pinstripes?
Oh.
I just think I feel like I know Lance well enough to know. New York City?
Yeah. He's not the most outgoing guy.
Yeah.
Good dude. Kind of a weirdo, but he was a good dude. Or he is a good dude.
He is a good dude. I remember we went to dinner with him one time in Houston, and I was a little surprised because he's pretty popular at the time there in Houston when they were winning all those games and doing all that. And he wasn't wearing a hat. I'm not used to seeing him without a hat. And I brought that up, and he was like, yeah, nobody recognizes me without a hat on, but if I put a hat on, I get mobbed. So his idea of going incognito was just brushing his hair and going to dinner. No hat.
Nice. Yeah, I can see that. That's interesting. That's good. And what is that dude doing now? He's not back here, is he?
No, he was coaching in Houston. He coached in colleges and in high school. I'm not sure what he's doing now, to be honest.
Went to Rice.
He did go to Rice.
Another Rice guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, a lot. Did we mention a lot going on in the NFL?
Yeah, there is a little bit.
There's quite a bit. Spurs are rolling as well, so we're going to talk about all of it. And we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Let me ask you a question. Do you get tired of dragging a case of bottled water into your house or getting that from the grocery store and dragging that into your house? I'm going to tell you, I did, and I don't have to do that anymore because I have bottled water right there at my kitchen sink. Now, they didn't come in plastic bottles. I pour them in a glass, but why do that? Why spend money on bottled water when you can have a free reverse osmosis drinking station that the fine folks at Connecticut will install right there at your kitchen sink? It is a game changer, not only for drinking the water and not having to buy bottled water, but cooking with it or anything else you do with water there from your sink. It is a game changer. I love the reverse osmosis drinking station, and you get it for free when you purchase a Connecticut quality water softener. Now, obviously, the Connecticut quality water softener is the best in the business. I think everybody knows that. It's really, there's no debate to it. It is the best in the business. You buy that, you buy the best, and they're going to give you this reverse osmosis drinking station free. They'll even install it right there at your kitchen sink. I love this thing. You're going to love it too. You're going to love your Connecticut quality water softener as well because everything you do just gets better, whether it's a shower, whether it's the dishes out of the dishwasher, your clothes out of the washing machine. It is all that much better. Plus, no more bottled water. I love the fact that I don't have to lug that stuff around. They're also going to give you $400 trade-in in your old water softener at 0% interest for 12 months. 0% interest for 12 months. It is an incredible deal. Treat yourself, treat your family, protect your home. Call the fine folks at Connecticut, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. You can save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event starting March 19th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is welcoming new furry family members. 6,000 square feet of indoor play, 5 outdoor yards, and trained staff for your pup. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Calling all flag football fans, HEB and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Dallas Cowboys Flag Football Classic, presented by HEB. Join us Saturday, March 21st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Star Complex Center in San Antonio to watch local youth flag football teams take the field, hang with Rowdy at the Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame trailer, and more. For more details, visit dallascowboys.com/HEB flag today.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Winter is in full swing, and Aleve is here to keep you moving. When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief to get you through whatever the season brings. Chilly days or cozy nights, Aleve gives you that long-lasting body pain relief you can count on this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Your professional indoor football team, the San Antonio Gunslingers, kick off Sunday, March 29th at Freeman Coliseum. Tickets on sale now. Season, group, individual. Bring your family, friends, or your crew. Get yours at sagunslingers.com. Guns up.
4. All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. 4. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
Happy Wednesday, everybody, also known as Hump Day. We appreciate you joining us on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. And a lot of signings taking place, and it looks like the Houston Texans might finally be getting smart, Jason. They have signed former Saints tight end Foster Moreau. All right? So, obviously, that means Dalton Schultz is probably on his way out.
Oh, you think that's what it means? Because they also signed him.
Oh, well, they'll get rid of him. Moreau comes in and does a hell of a lot better job than Dalton Schultz. Jeez.
Sometimes, Joe.
I know. Ian Rappaport, by the way, is announcing that or reporting on that. The Giants have signed Evan Neal. I guess he's going back to the Big Apple. Was there at one point in time. So a lot of little signings taking place right now. Dolphins signing a former Packers safety. And so just little things trickling in on this first day of the new year.
The big story of the day is the Baltimore Ravens backing out of their deal with the Las Vegas Raiders, backing out of the Maxx Crosby trade. GM Eric DeCosta with the Baltimore Ravens had a press conference this afternoon and said that after they lost Tyler Linderbaum to the Raiders, they were interested in pairing both Hendrickson and Maxx Crosby. So that part of the story seemed to be true, that when they were talking to Trey, after they had done the deal with Maxx Crosby, because they weren't paying their center, they could go with both of them. That was the goal and the idea, but Crosby's medical exam put an end to that discussion. I call BS on that.
Yes.
Eric DeCosta is a smart dude. He has been a really good general manager for a long time. And I don't know what GM, what person on planet Earth with half a brain that follows sports would have expected Maxx Crosby to pass his physical today, knowing that 2 months ago he had surgery, that a week ago he was on crutches. It's impossible for Maxx Crosby to pass a physical with the Ravens, the Cowboys, the Raiders, anybody. He could not play right now or pass a physical right now under any circumstances. So I have a hard time believing that his medical exam is the reason the Baltimore Ravens bailed on the trade.
Well, I think so, too. And, look, I know he had a press conference, and maybe he announced it, and I just missed it. Is the Hendrickson deal official?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess so how does he pass his physical and Maxx Crosby didn't?
Maxx Crosby?
There's no answer for that.
There's not. Eric DeCosta, and I'm quoting, "Nobody's more upset about this than me. Gutted by it, actually. Big regret for me. But we'll move on as a football team."
Uh-huh.
That according to a tweet from Tom Pelissero. I can't wait to find out what the truth is. I'm not buying that. And to your point, Trey Hendrickson, by all accounts, that deal is done. But at the same time, I go back to some of the reporting from Adam Schefter, and then I saw some stuff on the NFL Network and some tweets from Jane Slater where they were looking at the imagery of Maxx Crosby's knee. And of all people, Dr. Cooper, the team doctor of the Dallas Cowboys, although he's a knee guy and he's done surgeries on knees belonging to not just Cowboy players, but he was consulted, and there was something about that image that he didn't sign off on. So maybe there was something in there that down the road this is going to be a problem. And they took that and say, all right, well, failed physical. Because you're right, there's no way that Trey Hendrickson could pass his physical. So, but there was something in the medical evaluation that the Ravens received that they decided they were going to back out of it, because Maxx Crosby was in Baltimore yesterday. He was posting about it on his social media, and he visited with them. So maybe it wasn't necessarily, did you pass your physical? Or once we went through this, we decided not. Now, I didn't know this or didn't remember it this way, but apparently teams don't have to share medical information until after a trade is finalized or at least discussed.
Okay.
And so while the Ravens were offering 2 first-round picks, they didn't have the full extent of the medical report. I would think, though, that before you agree to that, you would want to look at that as part of your due diligence. You're investing not only his contract that's around $30 million a year, but 2 first-round picks. That's like buying a house and then getting the inspection report, right? You don't do that. There's a process that goes with it. But as a lot of the NFL insiders did explain, after the trade was agreed upon, that is when the medical staffs were able to share information. So after they agreed to a deal, the Raiders then shared the medical reports with the Ravens.
Now, if you're the Ravens, and every team has one, don't you do an MRI on your own and check that out? I mean, that would seem like due diligence to me. That'd be the first thing I'm doing. We know you're hurt. We understand that. Let's just take a look at that knee and make sure that it's healing properly. And go from there instead of just relying on whatever the Raiders are sending you. And who knows when that MRI was done. I mean, you have no clue. I mean, that could be completely different right now, and I'm not sure how that works, but that would just seem to be the way that I would want to do it, and I'd want to get the freshest MRI results that there are, especially when you're talking about a guy like this. My theory is the Baltimore Ravens either got some flack or they realized they could get Trey Hendrickson without giving up 2 first-round draft picks, and it would be cheaper in the long run to do that, and that's what they did. And so they figured out a way to back out of the Crosby deal. And all these other doctors, they can say whatever they want. It's like hiring a doctor when you're going to trial. They'll say whatever the hell you're paying them to say. I mean, because basically you're calling the surgeon who did the surgery on Maxx Crosby a quack.
Yep.
In all essence, that's what you're doing. Well, it wasn't done right. It just doesn't look right, and it could cause. So, I mean, I don't think doctors want to get into the business of doing that unless it's pretty obvious. So I don't know what happened there. I just think it was buyer's remorse. I think what the Ravens did should be condemned strongly by the NFL, by everybody else, although it's the NFL who put the rules in place, so it's kind of hard for the NFL to do that. But what they did was wrong, and I don't know, it's an unwritten rule that when you make an agreement like that, you don't back out of it.
Well, and if you're the Raiders, now you've got a guy, damaged goods. They said their asking price originally was still going to be the same. Then there were some early tweets that the Bears were back in. I kept waiting to see if the Cowboys were going to be in, but with Adam Schefter reporting it was Dr. Cooper, there's no way the Cowboys could you imagine? Yeah, Dr. Cooper said that knee's not good enough for Baltimore, but it's just fine for Dallas. I mean, could you imagine if that would have happened? But apparently Dallas is fine, and now the reports are that the Raiders are thrilled to have Maxx Crosby back, and they can fit all that money in, even with everybody else that they sign, and he's going to be a Raider next year. And again, what DaCosta said on the NFL Network is they were planning to trade for Maxx Crosby and sign Trey Hendrickson. It wasn't either or. It was and. One thing that Jane Slater tweeted out a few minutes ago is at one point yesterday, Baltimore discussed renegotiating the Maxx Crosby trade with the Raiders to mitigate the risk, but those talks never fully got off the ground because further medical information led to their decision to just pull out of the trade completely.
We have to do what is right for the club at the time, and that's to keep our 2 first-round draft picks.
I mean, I read this, and all of a sudden I think Maxx Crosby is about to get that leg amputated.
Well,
I mean,
exactly.
How bad is it?
Exactly.
I mean, it was a meniscus injury, was it not?
He had surgery on it. It happens all the time.
A meniscus.
It's ridiculous. But again, what Baltimore did should piss everybody in the NFL off. I mean, it really should. And it pisses me off, and I'm not even affected by it. But they keep their first-round picks, and they got Trey Hendrickson, a hell of a lot cheaper, and they still got their picks. And I just think what they did is just violate a lot of unwritten rules that are in the NFL.
It really is surprising. I mean, and again, it's happened. It doesn't happen often, but at this level with 2 first-round picks, the headlines that were there, and let's face it, Baltimore is the one that looks bad, not Maxx Crosby.
Absolutely.
Not the Raiders. The fact that the Raiders got 2 1s, I'm curious, had the Cowboys gotten their deal done, a 1, a 2, and an Osa, what would be happening, right? Again, especially with the Dr. Cooper connection. I can't wait for the Raiders' response. But, man, it's seemingly bizarre that they would have expected him to pass a physical. So what I'm believing is he wasn't, all right, here's a physical. How many squats can you do? Turn your head and cough kind of thing. It's based on imagery and what they think that long-term future of the knee is going to be.
Well, look, either way, the Raiders are still in the hook. They just signed him to a contract.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got 2 more years left. So if he can't play, then the Raiders are screwed. And not to mention the fact they added a bunch of players after the trade of Crosby. Now, they say they're still going to keep him, and that's their plan right now. They say they still want 2 first-round draft picks for him. Nobody's going to give him that, not after what happened. And I would think, man, if he was on the cheap, and I even said this last night when the news came out, I mean, and Clarence Hill tweeted out, somebody wake Jerry up and let's negotiate this thing. So apparently the Cowboys are not interested, at least that's what they're saying publicly, because of the Rashawn Gary trade, which to me is like, I don't know, saying you're not going to let Andre the Giant wrestle in the ring. You're going to go with the midget. I mean, honestly, it's like
The who?
The little person.
Well, which one?
Any of them. I don't care. I mean, seriously, that's kind of the way it is. No disrespect to Rashawn Gary, but Maxx Crosby is a superstar in this league, and he can do all kinds of things. And if you have an opportunity to grab that guy, you certainly discuss it.
Now, I probably need to talk to a doc. Let's see if you can get Dr. Bell on the line at some point. I know we got an hour left because there's some other doctor that Jane Slater retweeted. So Dr. Neil Edarachi did the surgery. On ESPN this morning, he said the injury to cartilage equals arthritis plus stress fracture reaction plus meniscal tear. The location is unclear, either medial or lateral, whatever that means, likely on top of each other. MRI probably looks like this, and there's an MRI there. I don't know if that'd be enough to scare you away because, the idea that it was just a meniscus tear and you're getting that cleaned up. And remember, Maxx Crosby wanted to keep playing. The Raiders shut him down.
Yes.
That pissed off Maxx Crosby. But they wanted to make sure he could get healthy. And then of course, now we're dealing with a potential trade situation.
Well, I don't know. It really seems shady. Diana Rossini apparently this morning said it was 100% shadiness regarding the Raiders. Now, maybe she's learned something else, but she said that on the Dan Patrick Show this morning. Something just stinks about this whole thing. It really does. It just stinks. And again, I don't have a dog in the hunt here. I love the NFL, and I love the fact that it's a club, right? I mean, everybody seems to follow the unwritten rules, and certainly the Baltimore Ravens didn't do that.
Dr. Josh Bell, who's about to get on an airplane, joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Doc, I know it's spring break, and obviously you're traveling. This Maxx Crosby thing, obviously he couldn't have passed a physical at this point anyway, but what would be on an MRI that would scare a doctor away after a meniscus-type surgery?
Man, it's really tough. And I saw some of the comments from some of the surgeons. The surgeon that did it was Neil Elatrash in Los Angeles. He's done a lot of these surgeries before. But he was commenting on early in the recovery. Man, it's really hard to tell. When we get MRIs, it's sort of confusing to know whether it's healing or is there still an issue with it. So I'm not sure they got a recent MRI. I'm not sure exactly what they based their data on. But I think it's really tough to, for a post-season surgery to say, hey, this guy's good to go or not that quickly after the surgery.
So, I mean, Doc, we've got about 6 months before the NFL season. Realistically, I mean, he should be fine, right? If all things were done correctly and the rehab is going correctly, he should be fine, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there may be something on the MRI scan or some pictures that the surgeon at Baltimore saw that made him a little more concerned about a longer-term deal. A 28-year-old player that plays with as much, velocity and speed and strength that he does. If you saw something that was more than you expected, you may have read the reports, you may have seen, but then when you actually get to see the actual images, you get to see the arthroscopy pictures from that may have given him a second pause about it. I don't anticipate any. I think he's going to be back and fine based on all the reports that I've seen. The only thing I could really think of is maybe they saw something there that this is a guy that's going to get a long-term contract, and is that something we want to invest in based on what maybe they saw? That's the only thing I can really think of, unless you just hear the reports, they got cold feet and all this other stuff. I just don't buy that. These are very smart guys that make these decisions over months and months, and there must have been something in the data that I saw that made him either it was about a long-term contract or something in what they were thinking about offering him. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Well, again, because Dr. Cooper, the Cowboys doctor, apparently is one that was consulted and, lack of better term, didn't pass him, had concerns about the imagery. The guy that did the surgery, he was on ESPN. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it's like one doctor saying another doctor work sucks, right?
Yeah, and that's why you get a second opinion. So, I mean, and there's, really, honestly, that is the case. I mean, a lot of times when you're looking at an image, it is different to look at an image of, an arthroscopy picture and then it's different to be in there doing the procedure. You're taking the picture. You're getting to feel how resilient the tissue is. So I think there's something to be said. I would rely more on a surgeon that has did the surgery and has as much experience. Both of these guys that we're talking about, these surgeons are world class, top of their game. So they have full, they'd be respected by anybody in our field. But, obviously if you're there witnessing it, you'd have a little more say about exactly what it is, because the image is part of the picture, but part of it is also being there, feeling the tissue, seeing how robust it is, et cetera.
Dr. Bell, I know you're leaving, and I don't want to keep you, but I do have to ask, if you had performed the surgery on Maxx Crosby and this would have happened, would that upset you?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Because, ultimately, the sports side of it is one thing, but, really ultimately, you're the advocate for the patient. That's your patient. You really have to focus on what's best for them as an individual. And obviously with athletes, it includes their sport, but really you want the best function for their knee. So if you repaired them and you feel comfortable that the repair is solid, and someone else says that I don't think it's solid as you think, obviously you're going to kind of say, hey, I don't agree with that. And, I see it's a tough position, but we get in this all the time. I have respected partners of mine that we may see a case a little bit differently than the other person. And it's just based on our experience, what we believe about healing in different situations. So, there can be different opinions and they can both be valid. So I don't see, I think with a player of his value and of his, kind of stature in the league, I think the question that would have to be a long-term concern rather than, I think it's going to be fine for the next season and the foreseeable future. I think maybe they just saw something or commenting on something long-term. That's the only real thing I can think about.
Dr. Josh Bell, always appreciate you jumping on, even while you're obviously on vacation.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy wherever it is you're heading.
You bet. Yeah, you bet. All right, take
Good
care, guys.
Stuff. Dr. Josh Bell here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
I love the fact that he came on the air with us and answered and he always does. Dr. Bell is great. But, yeah, I mean, if you're the doctor that did the surgery, I would imagine you're a little bit pissed off today.
Yeah, it's a strongly worded text.
Yes. And I mean, they're not all perfect. I get that. But my goodness, I mean, he's a reputable surgeon himself, the guy that did this.
All these guys are, but I just think the Ravens may have been looking for an excuse, and Dr. Cooper gave them one.
No, there's no question about that. They were looking for an excuse to get out of this deal. They got out of it, and bam, here we are today.
And again, I don't know sometimes what to believe on Twitter, but an account called Raiders Beat with 92,000 followers says there's a report Maxx Crosby and his family were in the Ravens building while they were trying to sign Trey Hendrickson. Quote, things just seemed really off in the building. Something wasn't right.
Huh. Wow. Yeah, it stinks. I mean, the whole thing stinks. It really does. It is shady. Shady McShade is what this is.
Really?
Yes.
Go back to 1978.
Shady McShade. We'll talk about it on the other side. Plus, we'll talk a little Spurs basketball as well when we continue here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spines. Probably where Maxx Crosby should have went, because they have walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. And if you need it, you get hooked up with guys like Dr. Bell to properly fix your meniscus. They're conveniently located there in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. On-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
The Blitz is taking the show on the road Thursday to Mellow Mushroom and Stone Oak. Join us to enjoy one of the best happy hours in town and watch conference tournament action. And when we say they have a great happy hour, how about great food specials and half-off adult beverages?
And you know Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. So join the Blitz Thursday at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang out, watch the games with your friends at 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is here. Lifted Trucks San Antonio is on the corner of I-35 and Judson. Shop over 1,000 lifted trucks online at liftedtrucks.com or visit one of our Texas locations today.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
San Antonio's newest sports headquarters, Novo Brewery. Craft beers, full bar, hard kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, and massive LED screens. Attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Visit novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Dave Ramsey here. The only water softener I recommend is a quality water softener from Connecticut. It really is the last water softener you'll ever own.
ConnecticutSA.com.
And tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Zach Bryan with Heaven on Tour. Saturday, March 21st, Alamo Dome. With special guests, Camp and J.R. Carroll. Tickets are on sale now at ZachBryan.com. Don't miss Zach Bryan live.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
San Antonio Spurs continue to play well. They beat the Boston Celtics 125-116 last night. Wemby was amazing, 39 points, 11 boards. Spurs right back in action tomorrow inside the Frost Bank Center when the Joker and the Nuggets come to town. Well, Trey Hendrickson is now a Baltimore Raven after they nixed the Maxx Crosby deal. Gave him a 4-year deal, $112 million.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
On a hump day. Hump day! Hump day! Hump day! Yeah. Happy hump day, everybody. Hope you're having a good one. I know you are. If you get off work at 5 o'clock, you're done. Your hump day is over. You're sliding right into Thursday, and the weekend is in sight. Congratulations. Thanks for stopping by here on this Wednesday afternoon. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. How you doing on this hump day, Minix?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Yeah?
Although I was just thinking, I congratulated Rob Thompson earlier on 10 years. And then he just sent a picture. He has celebrated appropriately.
Oh, yeah?
Congratulations to Rob Thompson.
What did Rob do now?
He bought a new car today. The midlife crisis. He went and test drove one the other day, and he was worried about when he was test driving it, could he get into it? Because he got himself a fancy little sports car.
Fancy little car, huh?
Now, I've known Rob for a long time, and Rob's had a lot of vehicles. He drove that toaster-looking thing for a long time.
He did.
And it's kind of basic, nothing. And now he has stepped up. And again, I know Rob, and I say this lovingly, with what he just bought today, he's going to have to change a lot of his normal habits.
So, is that right?
Well, I mean, there was a time in the old toaster, you'd get in and you find a half-eaten burrito. There's trash in there. I mean, this is a guy that's now going to have to go get like a wash tub pass. Because what he bought today, you got to keep clean.
Well, I would think so.
I'm proud of Rob.
Is he going to be able to get in and out of that thing?
Well, he can get in. Getting out's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty low to the ground, and with his bad knees, I mean, he might have to open the door and make sure there's nobody parked next to him and just kind of push himself out. I mean, it's going to be like giving birth every day watching that guy try to get out of that car.
Well, have you seen those recliners that kind of tilt forward so it's easier for you to get out? You haven't seen those? The only reason I've seen it is because we purchased one for my dad back in the day. He was having a hard time, and it's a recliner that it raises up from the back. So it's easier to get out of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so Rob's going to have to put one of those in the front seat of that car, the driver's seat, where it turns and just kind of kicks him out the door.
See, I don't know that it could do that because there's not enough room. Rob's too tall, right? So if that seat lifted up, man, his head would go through the roof. I mean, it's going to be interesting. Now, Pledge has already said he won't keep that thing clean. All right, how long do you think it will be?
A week.
Oh, you only give him a week?
A week.
A week with the new car smell?
Rob is a lot of things. Changing his habits isn't one of them that he's does at all. I don't expect him to change that habit overnight, quickly.
See, I think, man, the tug of war that this dude was playing mentally on whether he should get this car, and for him to finally pull the trigger and get it, I think maybe. I mean, we didn't think Jerry would operate differently, yet this offseason, Jerry is doing things differently.
Well, he is, to some extent. He did on the first day, anyway. Other than that, it looks pretty much the same. A lot of one-year deals, cheap talent.
But again, he made a trade on day one. He signed a Jalen Thompson, big splash deal.
Yeah.
He did things differently.
He did. And then he went back to his old ways. That's what Pledge is talking about. Now, after a week, Rob might say, I'm changing my ways. And then you'll get in there week 2, and you'll see a half-eaten burrito.
A half-eaten burrito and about 9 those big old soda pop cups from the convenience store that he goes to.
Yep.
So I mean, and again, it's there.
He may wash the outside of it from time to time.
I don't know.
But don't expect detailed inside.
I think
you're still going to have to move things.
As a gift to Rob Minix, I think this would be a great thing for you to do, is give him one of those year-long memberships to the wash tub.
Really, you think I'm going to gift that?
I think you should.
I mean, I'm kind of with Pledge. I would. But that's like 400 wasted dollars if he's not going to use it.
Well, he'll use it if you give it to him.
Maybe I'll get him one of the coupon books.
There
where
you
there's
go.
only so many in there. And then over time, if he uses all of those
never expire, by the way.
The coupon books?
You know how I know that?
How do you know that?
Maggie has one that said they expired in 2019.
Yeah?
We go into the wash tub, they still take them.
Well, good.
I know.
That's great.
It's great.
You should get her a season-long pass.
Why? When they're taking
the annual
coupon
pass.
books back 2019.
I know we've got annual passes that will go to the winners of our sold-out golf tournament coming up March 30th.
That's going to be a hell of a deal.
It is a hell of a deal.
Prize.
Yeah.
So
if somebody wins and you already have one and you want to give one to Rob because he got a new car, he would greatly appreciate it.
I think he would. He would appreciate that.
He would.
So, yeah, and you'll see him at the golf tournament. If you guys win, whoever the winning team is, just say, Rob, here.
Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know that Rob will be able to get his golf clubs in this new car.
That's something I always check when I'm going to get a new car is if the golf clubs fit.
I totally agree. Now, Rob's probably thinking and probably more interested, how big is the cup holder? And can that big Polar Pop cup with the straw fit in the car?
I'm sure it will.
He's got a lot of samples in his old car. He could have tried it.
Cup holder.
You know, it's funny. My car, no. My cup holders are decoration.
Really? They don't work?
Well, they don't work. Where they're at, if you put a cup in there, if you got a can, it's fine. Mm-hmm. But if you've got a cup, like you get a cup from Whataburger or a Polar Bear, no, the cup holders are worthless.
Really?
Yeah, it's stupid.
Well, that is stupid.
It's really stupid.
Well, it is dumb.
Uh-huh.
But in my car, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
Well, mine's an American made, though. So, I mean, there's a difference.
Yeah, well, you think, huh? Yeah, it might be made in America with parts from somewhere else.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly right, yes.
I hear you.
I got an American flag on the windshield and everything.
Do you really?
To prove it, yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't put it there. The dealership did.
Mm-hmm.
Just to remind you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hear bad news?
No.
Okay, well.
Why would I want to hear bad news?
I'll tell you anyway. FanDuel pledges sent this. Cap space remaining for NFC East team.
I don't buy that stuff.
Commanders, $76 million. Giants, $11 million. Eagles, $10.5 million. Cowboys, -$4 million.
It's dumb.
It's dumb?
It's dumb to read any of those right now. In fact, I saw one earlier. There was back-to-back, like Spotrac had one and 33rd team had another, and there was like a $32 million difference.
Uh-huh.
And this time of year, all they got to do is go on their fancy computer, and now they got $8 million.
What?
If they need to free up money, they can. Don't buy any of those things and think that's concrete.
Get rid of Osa. You'll have some money.
They could trade them.
That would open some things up.
They
for
could
sure.
trade them. Why would you want to give me bad news?
I'm just saying. I just saw that and thought you needed to know that. By the way, the Cleveland Browns want to back out of the Deshaun Watson trade.
Can they?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I think the Ravens set the standard, did they not? We'll just back out of it if we don't like it. Turns out bad. The hell with it. We want out.
I think Houston would welcome them back at this point.
I think Deshaun Watson's going to have a hell of a year this year because he will be the starter in Cleveland. I don't think there's any question about it. He's going to have a hell of a year this year.
A hell of a year.
A hell of a year this year. We'll get you caught up on the goings-on as we start a new league year here in the NFL. Plus the Spurs waiting for the Denver Nuggets to come to town. There's good news, though, about the Spurs facing the Denver Nuggets tomorrow night. We'll tell you what that is when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let me tell you about Centergenics and Low T Center. If you've been struggling with energy, it's just low, you're not feeling like yourself, maybe you've gained a little weight, the drive isn't what it used to be, if you know what I mean, might be time to go get your testosterone checked at Centergenics and Low T Center, where if you need it, you're going to get TRT that's customized to you. You see, Centergenics and Low T Center delivers hormone therapy that's built around the individual. They don't have a standard protocol. It's not one size fits all. Every treatment plan is customized based on comprehensive lab work, your symptoms, provider evaluation, and then ongoing adjustments designed to keep patients optimized safely over time. Unlike those telehealth middlemen, Centergenics and Low T Center operates as a vertically integrated medical practice, from diagnostics to provider oversight to treatment management and ongoing optimization. You're going to get coordinated care designed for long-term results. And it's not just the testosterone. Weight loss management. They have medically guided peptide and metabolic therapies that can support recovery, sleep quality, body composition, healthy aging, weight management. And right now you can save some money. Centergenics and Low T Center, the T test for men, free. Hormone testing for ladies, just $99. Normally it's $299. For you to get back on track, go book that initial appointment now at Synergenics.com, Synergenx.com, or lowtcenter.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7 so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
My name is John. I could not lose the weight I needed to. The Institute for Functional Health Wellness program was the answer. It included a great deal of testing, supplements, and weekly face-to-face doctor visits. I finally had the accountability I needed. I am now 50 pounds lighter. I no longer have pain in my elbow, back, and hips. I have more energy and just feel and look so much better.
Call for your complimentary consultation, 210-468-1891. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health.
All right, fellas, 2 words for you. Prostate exam. Did your butt just clench up? Are you imagining the finger right now? Well, you can relax. Prostate cancer screening starts with a simple, finger-free blood test. Around 1 in 8 men in the United States will be diagnosed with prostate cancer in their lifetime. But that's no reason to reclench. When caught early, at localized or even regional stage, prostate cancer can have over a 99% 5-year relative survival rate. Did your tight end just relax? Good. If you're 40 or older and have a prostate, visit RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com to find out if a PSA blood test is right for you. The PSA blood test can be the first step in screening. Talk to your doctor to evaluate your risk, determine when to get tested, and discuss screening options and next steps. That's RelaxIt'sABloodTest.com. Sponsored by Novartis.
If you've been thinking about buying a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV, think Ancira.com. Browse through thousands of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, and RVs. Shop for your next new Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Ford, Buick, or GMC. Looking for an import? We have a huge selection of Kias, VWs, and Nissans. For your home away from home, a full line of RVs and campers. And you'll always get the lowest Ancira price, in-store or online at Ancira.com.
4. All right, fellas, quick heads up. The 94-1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic at the Golf Club of Texas on Monday, March 30th. Yeah, it's officially sold out. 4. But don't worry, you can still be part of the fun. Join us after the round for the ultimate golf after party at 90 Proof Bar and Grill at Lucky Road Ranch and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and about 1,000 exaggerated stories about the one drive that almost hit the fairway. The sold-out Spring Golf Classic, presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, Jim Beam, and Sarah Auto Group, On the Rocks Premium Cocktails, PPL Motorhomes, and Hornitos Tequila.
This is Andrew Monaco, and you're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Let's get wild.
Couple of things before we get into the Spurs. Jason. We're going to be live out at Mellow Mushroom tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, sir.
In Stone Oak. Best happy hour is one of the best, certainly, in town. All the conference tournament action is going to be going on. You won't miss a thing. They've got a great happy hour, great food specials, half off adult beverages, and the best pizza in San Antonio. Join us tomorrow out at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Looking forward to that and being out there.
I'm told we're going to have some Aquatica and SeaWorld tickets to give away.
Oh, sweet.
So that'll be fun.
That will be fun.
And the pizza's fantastic.
Oh, it's awesome. And they do have a hell of a happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
It is one hell of a happy hour. And one other thing that I got to say is I just saw this as it popped up on my Twitter feed here from my SA. We got a cold front coming in tonight.
We do?
Apparently.
What?
Where the temperatures are going to go range in the 40s to the lower 50s through Thursday morning. Wind chills as low as 30 degrees are possible.
What?
That's what this is saying. Now, that's according to KSAT. I mean, if you believe those guys.
You said it was my SA.
Well, it is, but they're quoting KSAT.
Wait, so my SA is quoting KSAT when it comes to weather.
That's what I'm just saying. It says
Bill Taylor leaves town for a week, and that happened?
Wind chill. That's what I'm saying. I mean, if you believe KSAT, I mean, come on. I thought we were done with the cold. I got trees that are already sprouting leaves, man.
Sprouting leaves.
I can't have a cold front come in. What the hell?
Come in and zap them?
Yes. You know, the plants think it's springtime already.
Well, we've already sprung forward.
Yeah, Mother Nature is trying to throw a wrench into those plans. The hell?
Was it going to be cold during the day?
What? Dude, I don't know. You want me to get somebody on the line? Or?
Yeah, let's see you do that.
Well, I was going to tell Pledge to do it. So.
Who's he going to call?
Let's see here.
I mean, according to my phone, it's obviously windy today. Tomorrow high of only 68. Today's high is 84.
See that? It's going to be sunny, though, tomorrow.
It's good thing we're inside.
Going to be sunny skies.
We'll be at the bar. See, that would have sucked. Last night we were out on the patio there at the San Pedro driving range.
It was pretty damn windy, though.
It was windy.
It really was. But I'm just saying.
But your hair didn't move, so it wasn't that windy.
It couldn't be that. Dude, that takes a Category 3 or higher.
For your hair to move?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Sydney.
Well, there's that.
Sydney made lots of things move.
What do you mean, Jason? I don't know. I don't know what you speak of, my friend.
So Wemby's on the injury report for tomorrow.
Unplug it, baby.
Unplug it, baby.
I like it naked.
It's spicy.
Spicy and naked.
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
Yes, there is. And yes, Minix, Victor Wembanyama showed up on the Spurs injury report, questionable for tomorrow night's game against Joker and company, with right ankle soreness, according to the injury report. Harrison Barnes, questionable, so he's not out yet. He's missed several games now with that left ankle impingement. I guess that's worse than right ankle soreness.
Apparently, if he had a breakfast taco, he'd be fine.
I think he would be. It's going to be interesting, though, because the Spurs can scout the Denver Nuggets tonight. They're at home against the Houston Rockets. So they have to come in off a back-to-back and fly in. They'll get into San Antonio early in the morning, I'm sure. And so hopefully a little tired for the Spurs tomorrow night inside the Frost Bank Center.
I'm not worried about Wemby, but I'm worried about Wemby. Because yesterday was physical, right?
It was.
He got punched in the nose. Seems like he gets – I know Mitch brought this up the other day, the number of scratches that he gets. But it was a physical game. He adjusted well, which obviously is key, but – didn't you see him on the injury report and you're a little concerned? You know what I mean?
Well, sure. And look, he's been playing so well. And, again, everybody's trying to be physical with Wemby. But if his ankle is sore, and I don't know what is his games left that he has to meet or that he
Three
can
or
miss.
four. Three or four. Yeah, because I know he missed one, but it was a that in-season thing, so that doesn't count. I forget, but it's not many. But like this homestand, he's played great, but there have been a ton of physical games. And even Mitch Johnson said last night, one of the cool things is how he adjusts in game now.
Yeah, he got it going, obviously. He did a good job with his mechanics of being disciplined, and he's shown he can obviously get hot and make shots, and it really can put defenses in a tough place in terms of how they want to play, because if you take the gravity away from him, obviously it can open up the rest of the floor, and we did a good job at times, and especially as the game went on, I thought of trying to continue to play with pace and move the ball. You know, they protect the paint so well with bodies that if you don't move the ball, whether that's north-south, off misses or makes, or east-west, or when they show the crowd ball reversals and letting the ball touch side to side, they can really get you playing in mud. And I thought at times we did that early, and we got going there in the third quarter, and he was a recipient of that as well as a few others.
Got some breaking news, Pledge. Cowboys trading Osa Odigizua to the San Francisco 49ers. He says it's breaking now, John Frisella, and waiting on what they get in return. But that is what is being reported. According to multiple sources, Osa headed to the Bay.
Fred Warner, anybody?
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? There is no return. He says he's waiting on the return and what the Cowboys get. And I'm sure that will pop up at any point in time. But interesting stuff that we knew that they were trying to move Osa, and it looks like they have done so.
You know, and again, not a surprise from reading the tea leaves that Osa was on his way out. Cowboys, they need a linebacker. And you think about, obviously, Fred Warner would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that would be the case. But I can dream for a minute, can't I? Because then they got Winters. I mean, those are the starters, right? I don't want to hesitate, man. You got to see something coming from return, but nothing yet from any of the Cowboy side reporters that I have seen.
Nothing. Everybody's reporting it now, however, so including Tom Pelissaro, but nobody has a return, what the Cowboys get in return. So it's going to be interesting. It's a third-round pick, according to Ian Rappaport. A third-round pick coming back to the Cowboys.
That's it?
According to Ian Rappaport, that is it. They get a third-round pick. And, I mean, they do lose the salary that he's making, and he just signed a pretty big deal, so that should open up a little bit of space as well.
But if you're only getting a third-round pick and no players, obviously cap relief, salary relief, all of that. But, man, I really thought there'd be a linebacker involved with that. And I know they want to get picks, and, third-round pick for Jerry, who loves fourth-rounders, that's pretty impressive. But Osa was a third-round pick in 2021. And I know, and R.J. Ochoa said this earlier, and it was no secret, but dude was really good. Would have been in the Rookie of the Year conversation if he wasn't in the same draft class with Micah Parsons.
Yeah. And I know the Cowboys loved Osa. They did. All the times when we were there since he got there, I mean, they just had a lot of praise for this guy. And so, but I guess with that defensive line, the way that it is now, he was expendable. And the Cowboys needed that. I'm kind of surprised that's all they get is a third-round pick, but it's something they didn't have before. And I'm not sure exactly where that falls when it comes to the 49ers, but that's it. Osa gone to the 49ers for a third-round pick.
And again, no surprise that he's gone. I am a little surprised at I am excited about the third-round pick, but I really thought there would be a player involved. that's somewhat where the Cowboys are a little bit handcuffed is they can't do a player in some of their own picks in this year's draft to get a deal done. And they did need still need a second-round pick. But to get somebody to take that salary and you're getting the third, and if you're San Francisco, he's more game ready than any third-round pick you're going to take more than likely.
And they need that. They need some help on that defensive line. The 49ers do.
Yeah.
According to R.J. Ochoa, the 49ers' third-round pick is 92nd overall.
So now they got 3 picks in the top 100.
Yes, so there you go. So I know the Cowboys wanted to get a second and third. They've got their third now, so we'll see if they wheel and deal any further to try and pick up something in that second round.
Still need to get a linebacker.
Oh, yeah.
And it was a great thought about Fred Warner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was, and nice. Now, according to Pelissaro, this is going to kick about $16 million off the books for the Cowboys.
Who's going to be
right? Yeah. So,
I mean, Osa's a good locker room guy. He's a fun guy. He's been on this show before in Oxnard. He literally peed himself while he was on the air with us.
Sure did.
But man, I tell you this defense and the changes that they're making, starting with Christian Parker, it will have an entirely different look. I mean, obviously, there are 2 dudes there that joined the team last year. Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams are going to be the mainstays. But it's kind of interesting when you think about some of the guys that were there back when Quinn was there, that went through multiple defensive coordinators. Those guys are far and few between. But in reality, with Williams and with Kenny Clark and a 3-4 base, Osa became the odd man out.
He was expendable, yeah. And now, again, the 49ers are said that defensive line needs some improvement. So they're welcoming, obviously, an Osa to the Bay Area. And a third-round pick, there's a lot of Cowboy reporters are saying that's a pretty good deal.
I mean, again, I'm not mad at the third-round pick. I just thought you'd get a play because the Cowboys still have a need for a linebacker.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't mean this third-round pick doesn't get traded for a linebacker.
There you go.
But when you look at available linebackers in free agency and you think about what the Cowboys need right now, that quarterback of the defense, I don't know if that's pick 12, 20, or 92 that's going to come in and start right away in this new-look defense.
Well, I would hate to rely on that especially with that position that's going to wear the green dot and to have a guy that is just coming into the NFL. I'd much rather them go out and get a veteran guy than hoping that a rookie can come in and get that done. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they do. They've got another pick. They still have 2 first-round picks this year. I mean, if they had to go deep and get somebody with a veteran worth their value, we'll see what happens. But interesting move today, and we've been waiting for this. It's really no surprise because the rumors have been out there for quite some time when it comes to Osa. And he is gone now to the San Francisco 49ers.
And I don't think there's time to back out of it.
Well, are you sure?
I guess there is.
Of course there is.
I saw on Twitter a little while ago that the Minnesota Vikings are trying to back out of the Herschel Walker deal.
Well, I don't blame them. It was a bad deal for them. They should back out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the Ravens set the standard. You don't like a trade or a guy doesn't play well, just send him back.
Barstool just posted a photo of the X-ray from Crosby. His foot's over here and his leg's over there.
That's what it sounds. It sounds like Crosby's not able to walk on his own at this point in time, according to the Baltimore Ravens. So, all right, nice. I like breaking news during the show, live on the air. That is good. We'll get back into it, get a recap of everything that went in the NFL. Talk a little Spurs, too, because that's where we started that segment until Osa screwed that up.
Osa had nothing to do with that.
And now he's a 49er, for goodness sake.
Stop it.
Oh,
See?
my goodness.
Now I hate him.
I know. He's dead to me.
Go pee on their chairs.
We'll continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you know you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas. Services nationwide. It's spring break. You're down at the coast and you get arrested. AA Best Bail Bonds. If you're up in Dallas, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Thursday on the Morning Huddle, Spurs taking on the Nuggets. Are they ready for the Joker? The league year began. Where did Maxx Crosby land? Did the Cowboys surprise us with any new free agents? And oh my goodness, it's tourney time. Are you ready for some hoops? We are. The party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is welcoming new furry family members. 6,000 square feet of indoor play, 5 outdoor yards, and trained staff for your pup. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
San Antonio has a drinking problem, and it's getting worse every day. More and more people are on the bottle. This is Rob Thompson for Connecticut Quality Water Systems of San Antonio in the Hill Country, and I want to help you get off the bottle. The plastic water bottle, that is. I don't blame you. Tap water has that off taste, but buying bottled water over and over is like losing in the first round every single week. You keep paying, you keep hauling it home, and the bottled water companies keep hauling your money to the bank. There's a better way out there. Right now, when you buy a Connecticut water softener, you get a K5 reverse osmosis drinking station free. It's installed right in your kitchen sink. It's like having a bottled water machine at home without the bottles. Pure, clean, great tasting water. The K5 helps remove the contaminants and reduce the stuff that messes with taste and odor. Do what Dave Ramsey recommends. Do what I do. Make the wise investment. Call Connecticut today, 210-656-PURE. That's 210-656-PURE. Go get one today. I know you're going to be thanking me later.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Flight by Yingling is the presenting sponsor of the 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Spring Golf Tournament on March 30th, and they're giving you the chance to win big. Register now to win a set of custom golf clubs valued at $2,800. Imagine hitting the course with custom clubs while enjoying a crisp Flight by Yingling, just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Head to yingling.com/golf to enter. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 or older to win. Enjoy responsibly. DG Yingling & Sons, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. An all-day block party starting at 11 a.m. The green beer will be flowing, live music with Finding Friday on the outdoor stage from 6 to 9. DJs at both the Roo and Angry Elephant before and after the band. It's an all-day party March 17th, and this year is going to be bigger and better than ever before. So plan now to celebrate St. Patrick's Day the right way at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road.
Bring your visions to life with smart business buying tools and technology from Amazon Business. From fast, free shipping to in-depth buying insights and automated purchase approvals, we deliver everything you need to achieve your goals. Go to AmazonBusiness.com for support.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you.
With the lowest prices for over 30 years, find what you love only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, B21.
America's #1 destination for lifted trucks, custom builds, and off-road ready vehicles is here. Lifted Trucks San Antonio is on the corner of I-35 and Judson. Shop over 1,000 lifted trucks online at liftedtrucks.com or visit one of our Texas locations today.
Dude, I got scared there for a minute.
I know, and all the bosses walked in the room.
The big bosses walked into the studio. I'm going, oh, geez.
But they hear Metallica and they leave.
They left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Woo.
Suits.
I was thinking, man.
Suits.
I was saying it's nice knowing you, Minix.
Nice knowing me. This is where all the cool kids hang out.
It is. It really is. So happy to have them in here. That's good. They're excited about couple of things. So.
Absolutely. Well,
yes.
One of the things that we're doing tomorrow on YouTube only on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel is we've been promoting the Ancira Bracket for a Cause, where Ancira, the Ancira Auto Group, they're going to donate $50,000 to a local charity that gets tied to whoever wins the NCAA tournament. The team that gets blown out the
worst.
Yeah, the team that gets blown out by the most points will get $10,000. But what we're doing is very random draw. We're going to fill out a bracket tomorrow live on YouTube only at 11 a.m. with April Ancira and Jason Thompson. So especially if you're one of the 113 charities that applied for this, randomly, we're going to fill out the bracket. And then on Selection Sunday, you're going to know what team you're paired with. It's going to be very cool. And what $60,000 going to local charities is going to be a lot of fun.
That's outstanding.
Yep.
And what I love what the Ancira Auto Group did was put in that last place. So if you get a 16 seed and you don't think you have a chance to win the big prize, you certainly have a chance to win the $10,000. Yeah, you just hope that they get their butts kicked.
Well, that's it. But again, we've got a variety of ways that will be revealed tomorrow at 11 a.m. on YouTube live. So transparency, everybody will know how you ended up with whatever seed you got. It's going to be a lot of fun. But suits are always nervous about stuff like this. So they bother you in the middle of the show.
Well, that's true.
We got to do this and we got to do that. I say bother, you know how it is.
Well,
but
of course.
It is going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for that. And again, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, we're going to be there doing this live. So, again, as Jason mentioned, so everybody knows this is on board, and we didn't play favorites. It just random.
If Joe's Beer Fund ends up as the 1 seed in the South and Jason's Beer Fund ends up at the 2 seed in the West, you're going to know how it legally and randomly got there.
Well, exactly.
There are no shenanigans.
Exactly.
None.
And that's just the way that it goes.
Pledge's Beer Fund, because Pledge is running all the back end stuff on this. If he ends up winning for his beer fund $50,000, no, I'm kidding. We're not legal 501(c)(3)s.
No, we're not. So we have nothing to do with it. No dog in the hunt. But we just want to make sure that it is. Everybody sees that it's on the up and up, and where the charities land is where they land legitimately.
I do appreciate those that aren't actually 501(c)(3)s. But nonprofit, claiming to be, trying to get in on it.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
So what'd we end up with?
113.
So of that 113, obviously only 64 are going to make it.
Yep.
So
yep.
There you go. But still, I mean, it's a genius idea by the Ancira Auto Group.
Yep.
Honestly, to give money that way and be able to participate in the whole March Madness thing, and I think it's a great idea. So 11
a.m. tomorrow.
Yep.
On YouTube Live.
Yes.
Over under if April's late.
I'm going to take the over. Oh, it's going to be good. Going to be good. Again, if you are just joining us for whatever reason, Osa Odigizua has been traded by the Cowboys to the San Francisco 49ers for a third-round pick in this upcoming draft, 2026.
The idea of Osa getting traded, when we heard that he was a part of their trade package offered to the Raiders for Maxx Crosby, you kind of felt like his days were numbered. And quite frankly, when it was clear that they were going to keep Kenny Clark, that they're top-heavy and very expensive in that defensive line group. Somebody was going to be the odd man out. And it turned out to be the guy that's been there the longest. Great locker room guy. Great, as it's been pointed out a gazillion times, such a good team dude. Every game, he was the one that was carrying the Marshawn Kneeland flag after Marshawn Kneeland left us. And so, but Christian Parker coming in, obviously making his decisions, or just from an expense side. Kenny Clark's deal, when the Cowboys made that trade a year ago for Micah Parsons, brought him in. One of the attractive parts of the Kenny Clark deal was his contract. The Cowboys could have gotten out of that this offseason if they wanted, very cheaply. Instead, they reworked his deal, and they decided they were going to keep him. Obviously, Quinnen Williams, stud, they were definitely keeping him. And Osa just got his big deal a year ago. So a little surprising, but that's life in the NFL and how quickly things can change. You get a new boss, and all bets are off. Now, with the freed up money, because they do free up a ton of money with Osa now off the books, they get that third-round pick. What linebacker is out there, or are they looking now for depth? You know, a guy that played seemingly so well for the Dallas Cowboys last year that very little talk about him coming back is Jadeveon Clowney. I'd like to see Clowney back in a Cowboys uniform based on the way he played last year. Now, he might think he earned a lot more money by the way he played last year, but let's see, it's 5:50. League year's been on now for almost 3 hours, and you haven't seen anything about him.
Yeah, you haven't, nothing with the Cowboys or another team, and I just think they would have done it already. Well,
to your point, at the price the Cowboys want to get him, if he thinks he's worth more and finds out he's not, does he come back?
Yeah, but there's nobody else even mentioning Jadeveon Clowney. By the way, Diana Rossini's reporting that the Cowboys are trading defensive lineman Solomon Thomas to the Tennessee Titans. The teams are also swapping seventh-round picks in this year's draft.
That's what we need, another seventh-round pick.
So there you go. Solomon Thomas. The Cowboys are active, but they're shedding defensive linemen.
Well, Solomon Thomas, well-traveled, and I was going to say, was he in Tennessee? I know he was in San Francisco. He played for the Raiders.
I don't think he was ever in
Jets.
Tennessee.
He was with the Jets. He was with Saleh, so he's reuniting with Robert Saleh.
Okay, so, all right, there you go. All right, cool.
Cowboys very active at the end of this first day.
Mm-hmm. Jerry's up from his nap.
Well,
Let's get some work done.
I guess so. Or he just started into the Johnny Walker, one of the two, getting frisky. Jerry, get rid of that guy. Let's give him, and let's do that. Get rid of him. Daddy, what are you doing?
So that's Daddy.
Interesting.
So that gives them, 9 picks in the draft?
Well, is that what it gives them? I mean, but it is just a pick swap.
Yeah, you're just moving up in the 7th round.
Yeah, so you're not getting another pick. You're just
so they're back to 8.
You're getting Tennessee's pick, and Tennessee's getting your pick in the 7th round. So I don't know that moves the needle any at all, other than it gets rid of another defensive lineman that the Cowboys didn't want to keep. And maybe clears a little more money off the books.
Well, and again, they get their 3rd-round pick. My buddy Brian just texted. They'll get that 2nd round you're looking for when Brandon Aubrey signs elsewhere.
You know, what's funny about that is that I haven't heard – have you heard anything about Brandon Aubrey?
You know, I mean, I know the Texans traded a punter yesterday or whatever. Kickers you don't worry about until the weekend.
Well, perhaps, but Fairburn, or however you say his name, is now the highest paid kicker in the league. Kayimi?
Him and Daniil. Those hard-named Texans. They're not the no-names.
I know.
They're the unpronounceables.
Damn it. Kayimi.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, we'll see what happens, but Aubrey hasn't been mentioned, and the Cowboys now shedding defensive linemen. They've just traded 2 of them away.
So who is the best linebacker still available?
Well, that's a good question. Are you researching that, my friend? Okay, please do.
Trey Greenlaw off the top of my head.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Could you do something with that? Is he a free agent?
Free agent.
He got cut.
He got cut.
Yeah,
and still out there. And I guess they can't bring him back and get that third for him. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Cowboys still have some work to do.
Yeah, they do, especially that linebacker position. That's got to be something that is top of the list. They've got to get that done, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I love the movement. I love the breaking news. Obviously, the Spurs have tonight off. They play the Denver Nuggets tomorrow. Nuggets in action against the Houston Rockets tonight. So they'll be coming into San Antonio after a back-to-back. We'll have a lot of talk about that when we're out at Mellow Mushroom tomorrow. Stone Oak location. Come out and see us out there and have some great food and enjoy a great happy hour.
It's going to be a fun time tomorrow, as it always is, at Mellow Mushroom. And for those of you wanting to plan ahead, because I know there's some of you on here, Renee, we will also be at Mellow Mushroom on April 20th.
Oh, okay. How about that?
420.
420.
No better place to be. But tomorrow, we'll be there when 420 hits your clock.
Uh-huh.
If you know what I mean.
I kind of do. Yeah, kind of do. James, you got a show tonight?
I do.
Extra Innings with Pledger is coming up next. He'll continue to watch the waiver wire, as it is, or the trade wire, whatever the hell we're calling it these days. Stay tuned for Pledge. Be sure and join the fellows in the morning on the Morning Huddle. AJ and Rob, they will get you going. And then Minix and I live at Mellow Mushroom, 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. We'll get started at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
But before we go, let me tell you about Quarter-Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899, 651-5899. You know at Quarter-Moon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios, big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission, sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter-Moon, they are green certified. And this time of year, I know it's March, your AC is on, but is it running the way it should be? And you know when the oven is on in July and August, Quarter-Moon's got great maintenance programs that ensures you are ready for every season. So for emergencies or getting your maintenance done, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.